What's the name, my people? You know it is the Don Tony Teflon Phil. It's over. Phil, the issues guy, escaping from podcast. We in the building talking about our favorite show right now from season 3. We're gonna go over some predictions. Want your predictions, want your theories. We're gonna go through them all and try to figure out what's going on. Yeah, just do mine. You don't gotta just do anyone. And listen, no one's right, no one's wrong. We just going through them and seeing what's up with them, you know what I mean, and seeing how they wash out and how everything goes down. Phil, how was everything, man?
Everything's going good. I can't wait. I honestly can't wait till we get a full trailer. We're gonna be on the clock for it. If we're saying that this season comes out in late September, early October, I'm tending to think October. So we talked about this before. So some episodes air around the Halloween time. You got to think that we're going to get the trailer sometime in July, August. You think around that?
Yeah, it depends how many they want to do. If they're going to do one trailer, I've never seen them do a multiple trailer. This is not like a Marvel movie where they give you a little trailer, then a little bigger one, then a little bigger one. And I don't see it being that. I see it probably being one trailer. I mean, House of the Dragon, I think they did one teaser, then they did the trailer. And then they may have added a little things here and there with some behind the scenes stuff, but basically you get one trailer. So we got the teaser. I think we'll get one trailer, and then that'll be it when it's all said and done.
I'd love it soon, but I'm guessing late July, early August, probably.
Yeah, I would figure around July, because you figure if it's October, they're gonna start doing press the month before and start going on the channels to hype it up and everything else. So you get it, probably 4 weeks in between there to try to stretch everything out and all that good stuff and everything before we get the show on the road. So people may have been like, Tony Teflon, where you been? All right. So I told you the next time I came on here, I was going to be rocking the shirts. I got the shirts. They have not come in yet. So I've been waiting and waiting. I talked to my man yesterday, and they are still, for some reason, the post office still have them down there in Atlanta. So he's going to go check in on that and everything else. Again, I can't put the site up yet until I check the quality, check everything out, make sure the shirt is official. And then once I know the shirt is official and everything else, then I'll put it out there. And you see me and Phil rocking these shirts up here, and then you'll be able to go out there and buy them from shirts and everything else. So that's the reason why I haven't been around. But we'll be back. We'll be back here. You know what I mean? We're back maybe every day this week. We're going to see, you know what I mean? Because it just seems like, we do what we do. Phil. We do the call-in stuff and all that stuff. Like we originated that shit. Really, Phil did. And I jumped on board and everything else. Now it's just other people in this front community doing the same shit that we doing too. But it is what it is, Phil. I mean, we've been through it many a times since House of the Dragon and everything else. That's just the way shit go and stuff like that. You just do stuff and other people do the same. I guess there's something about innovating stuff, and some people who aren't as innovative, I guess, they say this is working for them.
Imitation is the top flattery. We'll say that.
I must be flattered as a motherfucker for all the years. I'm the most flattered man on fucking YouTube, I guess, and everything. Let's say what up some of the people in here that we're gonna get this started. She does the most. What's going on with you? Ty is in the building, rocking with us right now. The lady, Colorway, down under, in the building, and Michelle, channel member, in the building. Victoria, in the building. Julia, Barbara is in the building. Shara Stories is in the building. Is that your last name for real? I have a friend that was named O'Day Stories. Latif is in the building, rocking with us. Waya is up in this building. Dr. Deb is in here. Jesus is in the building, rocking with us. Winter is up in there. Man, Taryn Matheru is always here. He got a great theory. We're gonna go through his theory. Maybe we'll go through his theory tonight. We'll see. Well, you know what I mean? Let's go. Let's get it pop. From downtown 296 is in the building, rocking with us. True DC fan is in this building. Mostly Insane is in here. Martin is in here. I kind of love Esty is in here. A bunch of Big Dash Nose is in here. None is in here. So many people in here. Thank you all for coming, making this the #1 spot on YouTube for you to get your fill on from. And without further ado, let's take this away.
When I was just my own. They asked their mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera.
As always, thank you to the beautiful Carla Way for dropping that for us. Yeah, exactly. Put the claps in there. Everybody put the Carla Way emoji up in the chat. And thank you, Tima the Simmons, for becoming a new channel member. If you're a member, put the Carla Way emoji. In fact, I'm wondering if I could gift some free memberships to people.
I think we get or for each of our channels we get 10 a month, I believe.
How do we do that? You do it on the
you have to go to that you have to go to that as if you were doing a poll. Like you actually have to pull up the chat, and then if you go and if you I believe push on like the cash symbol, you'll be able to see it. It'll give you the option of gifting them.
We're gonna gift some out tonight. If I could figure this out, we're gonna gift some out tonight. Let's see real quick if I could do this. We're gonna give some the cash membership.
Let's see. While Tony's getting us, let's get a few other people in the live chat. Dr. Deb, great to see you. Where true DC fan, we do welcome you here for the first time tonight.
Thank you so much for coming for the first time tonight. 100%.
And Carla says, get that girl off screen. Like get her off stage.
Never.
That?
I do not see it to do it. Like I have to do it on poll and stuff. I have to do it on on this.
Right, you have to actually like bring up the desktop chat. All
right, let me bring up. Let's give away some memberships for people who just came up, who's rocking with us right now and give some memberships out real quick before we get up in here and everything. I'm looking on my phone. I can't do it on the phone.
Yeah, they don't let you do shit from the phone. You can't create polls. You can't. You might be able to. Anyways, great to see Mr. Freeman in the live chat, and welcome to everybody. And I am excited for the new trailer. This one trailer, we've gotten a lot of mileage out of this one trailer, Tony. This teaser.
Yes, mileage. As much as you could possibly get. We've gotten out of this gifting memberships. There it is. I have 10 to give this month. So let's give 5 out right now.
Nice. Oh, thank you, Julie. You're so awesome. And Tony just gifted those 5 memberships. And Julie just became a member. We got I Kinda Love Etsy. She Does the Most, El Plaga, and Tyler.
Yeah, it's what it is. Thank you for rocking with us and everything else. Try to give back as much as I can and everything else, as long as I can and stuff. You know what I mean? So thank you for y'all new members, and thank y'all for rocking with us and everything else and all that. You can get that gift train rolling, you know what I mean? Stuff. We got over 100 people and everything else. No doubt. That is, so make sure you hit that like button and everything else. Let's go into some of these things. All right, so Phil, we've gotten a lot out of the trailer. We've seen a lot from it, but there are theories that have run rampant in this community, which makes everything great.
Footgate,
what I'm about.
The whole Footgate situation. You know, the stuff that Loris, is that his name? What's the guy from House of the Dragon that likes the feet?
Oh, that is what is that guy's name? Is it Loris? Not Loris. It's the who is that?
Whatever his name is. But yes, we've gotten a lot of stuff out of the Footgate situation, and a lot of stuff out of
Laris.
Thank you,
Laris, the Footman. Which is nothing wrong with that. I ain't trying to discriminate.
No, we're not foot shaming.
No, if y'all into that shit, then be about it. You know what I mean? That's not my lifestyle, but if it's your lifestyle, hey, have at it.
Exactly.
Have
And
definitely.
the piggy at the end, the peggy all the way home. You know, whichever you like those toes, take the piggy all the way home. It's okay. Do what you want.
whatever works for you.
Yeah.
I ain't that type. You know, so we doing that. I thought about it one time, Phil. I swear to God. Once I thought about it, I was with my kid's mom, and I remember I looked at her foot, and I looked at it, and then she looked at me, and we both started laughing, and then that was that.
I don't
didn't think about it. It went through my mind. I was like, "Am I gonna put this in my mouth or what?" Like I
Tony,
thought about it for a second.
I don't think Jade and Boyd had that same conversation while wheeling the barrel about that fight.
Maybe not. Maybe they were having that conversation.
I don't
while
think they
wheeling
were.
that barrel.
Jade maybe, depending on what he was taking, but I think Boyd would shut that up quick.
Yeah, bloody foot. I don't know if you don't get no Red Wings points for that one. I don't think.
No. That's a different award. That's the award we don't need to mention right now.
No doubt about it. All right, so people have. Will you be covering the new series? New series of what?
Do you mean the new season when that comes out, Jen? Absolutely, yes. We'll be on after every episode talking about the episode.
Yeah, I've been covering since season 1, and so is Phil. We've been doing this from the beginning. A lot of YouTubers can't say that they jumped on in season 2, but we've been doing it since season 1 when the show was not popular or nothing. We were some of the only YouTubers, not the only ones. There were other people doing it. We were some of the only YouTubers we were in that group of people that started covering.
Tony, in fairness to me, I did jump on halfway through the season because LMR couldn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
So you and LMR were really the first two people that started covering the show.
Yeah, LMR was rocking, and as always, and everything else and all that good stuff. All right, so if you want to call in, we're going to use Phil's number tonight. Can you put that in the chat?
Yes.
And we want you to call in and tell us your theories, what theories you want us to talk about. And we're talking about it. Look at Wolfspear right here. I've started watching from because of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So that's the number 781-913-8509. Give us a call. Let us know about what theories you want us to talk about, and we will talk about those theories. Let's get into an easy one. The mole situation. We know there's going to be a mole in this show. Who is the mole and what makes sense of that person being the mole? So, Phil, if you had to pick, we know the characters, who would be the mole to you?
Ben Linus. No, that's a lost reference. I would think that the mole, you've talked about this a lot, and I think you make a great point in the sense that the mole needs to be someone that we care about. It can't be just a secondary character that came on. So I think that strikes out people like Randall and Mary Ellen and characters like that, or even the person that I was a little iffy on with Tilly.
Yep, Tilly.
I think it kind of takes Tilly out. Really, I'll put myself out on out there like the meatball and the toothpick here. That I thought that the bartender was the mole.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, I was all about the bartender being the dude.
And listen, could it be? I mean, you would have to do some he never really died situation. And you would have to do that to make him so. Yeah, all right. So I would say the bartender is not the mole. I know a lot of people was suspect on the bartender for a very long time.
Tony, I don't want to be wrong, but I'm starting to think at this point, now he's been dead for a whole season, that's probably not the bartender. I'm probably wrong. So I think it ultimately comes down, and there's people I just don't think it is. And it would be surprising me in the plot unless there was some weird sort of, they didn't realize that they were the mole while it was happening kind of things going on here. Mm-hmm. Some programming like the Naked Gun, I must kill the queen. We were like, make Reggie Jackson want to kill the queen or something, and he doesn't really realize it. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's something like that. So I take out people like Kenny, which directly makes me take out Kenny's mom. I don't think Kenny's mom would be a mole in that situation. I think she's a potential, but I don't think it really makes a ton of sense if I'm to say that Kenny's not in on it somewhere. I don't think she would sort of go behind her son's back unless it was to protect her son somehow. Like he'll have no harm come upon him or something like that. But I don't think that's the case with her. I think it comes down to Donna and Fatima. really, to me. Fatima kind of sticks out to me partially because of Elgin's dream. And I don't know, because that's Fatima. The hair gives it away. Is that a way of some metaphoric dream telling Elgin that there's a demon inside of Fatima, that she's working both sides and be careful for her? Or is that like a future thing? Whatever. And the other one is the one that you've been talking about too. Donna is shady. Donna is shady. She keeps a lot in the vest, her hand in those pockets. When she keep it in those damn pockets, she shut Randall up when he was asking questions. She's quick to shut people up and do things her exact way. And it would be the biggest emotional fuck you if it ends up being her. So I don't know. I'm saying Fatima or her, Tony. How about yourself?
Yeah. So when we look at the mold situation, we have to ask first the question: what would the mold's job to be? If they're there as a mold, what is their job being mold? To keep everything running right? To collect information? Right? You would think it would be that's what their job is, to report back.
Right. Collect information, help them scare the people better, giving them more information to work against them.
All right. So if we believe that, then we know this place is all set up. It's not magic. It ain't nothing like that. It's human beings or whatever doing this. Then we have to look at the people who are in positions to do such. All right. So we first have to look at Boyd. Is Boyd in position to do such? 100%. But it just seems that Boyd has been too much of trying to help things get along too good, that it wouldn't be Boyd. So I doubt it would be Boyd. The next obvious person that I would think about would have to be Donna. Now, even though when I say it, oh, sorry, Phil put the wrong number in there. It's up there right now. If you want to see, let me highlight it so you can see it right there. That is the number to call him. If it was Donna, you got to understand. So when we look at Boyd and Donna, two people who run that town, right? It's them two. It's Boyd and Donna. That they run this whole place. Boyd wasn't allowed at Colony House. Now we can say that, you know what I mean, Ellis put that in there, but he wasn't. When we seen in season 1, she specifically said, you're not supposed to be here. Right. So if we have two people running the place, right, Boyd and Donna, now Donna somehow has isolated Boyd from this Colony House, where you would think most of the stuff would be going down.
1 second, caller.
Would be going down. It makes more sense that it's Donna. She got rid of Boyd from being up there. You can say how he's going to be up there, whatever it's going to be, but we got rid of him from being there. She would be able to collect all the information from everyone and report back. And that's why I would say Donna would be my number one person. Again, I think it's someone you have to care about, someone that you have to, it has to take an emotional toll when you hear it. And I think Donna fits that bill. You got a call?
Yep. Welcome to the show, 575. What's going on?
Yes. Hi. I've been following for a while, following you guys. And I just wanted to say, this is Chess Players, by the way.
Right.
I agree with you guys as far as Donna. I feel like out of a lot of the characters, I feel like she is the most iffy. When it, like how you guys were saying, whenever, you know, things are mentioned to her, she tries to keep it to herself.
Yeah, she clams up.
There was a scene where she was looking out the RV when they were out in the night, and the monsters didn't attack, but I feel like it was some weirdness going on, like from one of the monsters. I don't know if it was a witch, but she was hiding behind a tree, kind of like how the other monsters were out in the open. And I think Donna may have had something to do with that whole situation where it didn't get too ugly. But another thing is,
real quick before you go on, let me tackle that point that you said. Then I'll let you go on. So I know the picture you're taking. I've taken that picture. I superimposed the picture and everything else. It's not a witch. It's just a normal monster from that angle. I know what people thought it was a witch, but I put it in the video. I got it. I put it through a whole bunch of AI stuff to get the picture and everything else. it turned out it was just a normal monster. It wasn't a witch.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that was strange to me, but yeah, I think I do know which monster you're referring to as well. That she did kind of reflect to look like. And then I think after that scene, she came out into the open too. So, but the thing that I would say is, with all this magic going on, I think it's more just some type of witchcraft. And then I could be wrong, I know you say you think aliens. I just think, like, with all these portals and weird things going on, and I know there's like a wide range of stuff that could happen in terms of witchcraft. And I don't know, other than Donna, who I honestly would think it could be, but
Yeah.
that's what I would think on it, guys.
All right. I appreciate the call and everything else. I feel you. I understand a lot of people think it's witchcraft. We'll go into some more witchcraft stuff and why people think it's witchcraft. To me, in the end, when you look at what's going on here, there has to be some type of hint from the show that shows that this is witchcraft already. It has to show us witchcraft stuff. Like if it's Harry Potter stuff, you got to show me a broom. You got to show me a magic wand. You have to show something. I don't care if it's Aladdin's lamp. You need to show me something.
Or I mean, the best thing would be maybe they come across a cauldron in the woods.
Yeah, something. You got to. And from what I have seen in the show, they have not shown us anything at all and everything else, or at all. Larsa, Larissa, that is. Thank you for the super chat. Have you watched Insomnia? Are you talking about Robin Williams movie?
Yeah, Robin Williams and Pacino, the Christopher Nolan movie.
Totally underrated movie.
Yeah, great movie. I mean, it's because 1 second, caller. It's because like so many of Christopher Nolan's movies were bigger hits, so it kind of gets forgotten about around all of his amazing stuff. But it is a really awesome movie. One of Robin Williams's kind of not Robin Williams type roles that are really kind of cool to see him do.
All right, we got another super chat here. It says, we'll take it after the call. Let's take the call. We don't have them waiting.
Caller 815, how you doing tonight?
Hi guys, it's Fatima.
What
So
up?
Are you the mole? Wait, Fatima, are you the mole?
no,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's not Fatima.
It's Fatima.
I know some people pronounce it that way.
I know I switched it just for the basis of my stupid joke. I'm sorry.
So I think the mole is Clara.
Who?
She knows too much and she's never around.
Who is this?
But she is always directing people.
Who is it?
That's the little plus size girl. She brought Jade the bike in the beginning,
Oh,
so he
I know
can
who
go
you're
on
talking
his
about.
journey around the town.
Yep.
Then she went to Jade after the storm. First, she pointed out the storm. Then she went to him and asked him, "Do you think we made it mad?" She told him that Julie and Victor ran off in the woods together. How do you know that, man? Everybody was in chaos, but you just so happened to see them running off in the woods together. You know, she just, like, she's always has little information that she's providing to people. And then she told Victor that Jade and the little boy was in his room. Like, she's always has information that she's dropping to people.
All right.
She's just like incoherent, but people don't really pay any attention to her.
I agree that she does have these little tidbits. I think Jade stole her bag from her, right? I don't think she gave it to her. I think he jacked her. He bike jacked her, and then just started rolling on it. And she's the one who got the glass on the outside of her eye and stuff and everything else when the things bursted. That's who we're talking about. People don't realize. I would say this to you. If she was the mole, would that be a big reveal to you? Would it be shocking to you? Like, she's the mole. Would that like make an impact on you?
Well, I don't know if I would like literally say the description of her would be like the mole.
You just think she's shady.
Yeah, I think she's just like kind of like how Tilly came in. Like, she's the person that kind of dropped little hints here and there to kind of keep them going.
All right. I think Tilly's purpose of coming in there was to bring the drugs, to get the whole thing going with, between them and all that. I think that's what it was going on with that. I would just say, do you think that the person who is the mole needs to be someone who actually fans care about, so that they can, like in, I don't know if you ever watch professional wrestling, but there's a term called the heel turn, right? Where you have the baby face wrestler who all of a sudden that they love them, and then all of a sudden they turn to the bad guy, and then that's what brings the heat, because the people who cared about that, now they hate that person.
I still remember the moment that Andre attacked Hulk Hogan. It was so huge. It was emotional.
It was. So that's what I would think, that would be, the mole would have to be a heel turn. You know what I mean? Could you get with that?
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I think that Donna was the person that they would want us to think of the mole, because she does a lot of things. Like, she pops up and she's always in a place where she shouldn't be. When she came into church, when they were talking to Sarah, there she is. She's just like that person who's like, when they had the monster in the basement, there she was. Like, she's always there when they're kind of going down. How are you there? So I think they want us to think she's the mole, but I don't think there is an actual mole.
Interesting.
Okay. I feel you on that. Yeah, I can get with you. I think they said that there was a mole. Like the producers of the show came out and said that there's a mole themselves. So that's why I think that's why we have to say that there is definitely a mole. The showrunners came out and said that there's a mole in this town. So there's definitely one, according to them, and we just have to figure out who it is. And I'm saying, when I look at it, the biggest heel turn, Fatima, would be a huge heel turn, right? That would be and that's what I'm looking at when I look at these things. I'm looking for the heel turn, someone that people like, and all of a sudden the person is bad. Fatima would be a great heel turn. The nurse would be a great heel turn, and then Donna. When I look at all of them, I have to say that I think that Donna would be the biggest heel turn, and that's why she would have to be the mole.
I think Donna is the most obvious, but if I had to choose them all, it would be Fatima, because she's always like, I'm your proxy. She's always bringing, she's always the one for the most important people to kind of get them. Like, she told Julie, oh, let me show you something. And then when she was talking to Elgin, she took him to the lake, and she was saying, oh, everybody's always has their theories, but no one's really talking to anyone. So how do you know that? Like, she always has information. And I was wondering, like, when she even told Julie, oh, the guy on the porch said something to you. How do you know that? Everybody was in chaos. When did they tell you that? Like, she always has the information. So if I was to choose them all, I would just choose Fatima.
Yeah.
Fatima, I'm sorry.
you did it. I'll blame that one on me. I got it in your head.
I think if she was the mole, it would not shock me. It would be a great heel turn. I just think that, to me, when I look at the mole, I would think it would have to be someone who's been there long enough to keep all these experiments, to keep giving information. And the fact that Donna got there earlier before, and she's like one of the, when we see Boyd arrive, that's all we can go by, is when Boyd arrived. And when we see Boyd arrive, that's as far as we go back. Donna was there, the priest was there, and the guy who, Donna's husband, was there, in real life husband, but who's in there, he was there. So the fact that they were all there early on in the game makes me think it would need to be someone who's already been up in this piece. You know what I mean?
Got it.
That's it. Anything else for us?
No, I'm gonna hold all my other theories till later. I'll let someone else call in. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. We're gonna keep going. Thank you so much for the phone call. From downtown 296, $5 super chat. We've seen two scenarios where the monsters just stopped and turned away at one at a time, the RV, and next was with Randall on the bus. We also seen them do it with Boyd. We seen them do it with Boyd when he killed the monster too. So that's 3 times that we seen the monsters just turn around, do nothing. So I think that the fact that Randall sussed out that it was Donna and put Donna out there, and then the fact that they broke him, and scared him to the point. I think that's why he was picked. And I think that now you're going to see Randall fall in line because now he's going to be a believer. I think that makes you make they did that to make you think it's not Donna. But in the end, I think that Randall will turn out to be right and Donna was the mole all the time. What do you think about that, though?
It is interesting of why they stopped in certain situations. I keep coming back to that part in Predator when they pick up Arnold Schwarzenegger and it likes its skull, or its skull's not right for the collection or something. So it turns into a different situation. And I wonder if Boyd is just too much fun, if the game is to have Boyd lose everything and he's going to be the last to die in certain situations like that. In the Randall one, I do think you might be on to something that not either way, whether Randall becomes a positive tool or negative tool, what's been proven is you're right. He's been broken. So whoever wants to get in there and influence him, he becomes very like Boone-like. If someone's trying to call the other line, the phone number is 781-990-8509. I think we have someone trying to call from United Kingdom on the wrong line, but calling in at 781-990-8509.
Yeah, so if you're calling from overseas, I guess use that number. I mean, it's Carl Away can call in from overseas, then you can use that number. Yeah. Calling from over there if you're calling from overseas and everything else. Yeah, so I think that's why the monsters stop, because in the end, the monsters are being controlled by somebody.
Yep.
Right? Someone has control, whether of
the Borg queen. The Borg queen.
It could be a Borg situation. It could be an avatar situation where these monsters are avatars for people and they're just controlling them and they're saying, wait a second, stop. It could be a situation like that, which probably is the most likely situation when it comes down to it, or a hive mind type situation like the Borg Queen, who controls them and everything. Again, if you watch Star Wars, you see the Borg. They stop and they do this, and then they adapt and everything else and all that. So, yeah, I really, to put thought into it, would like to see someone else, but I really can't see it being anyone but Donna. I really, if it would shock me if it wasn't Donna. It really would shock me. Like
someone said, we'll take the call, but someone said earlier in the chat that it would be a amazing situation just to see a mole, so it wouldn't matter as much who it was. But I do think it needs to be at least a regular character. It can't just be a part-time character.
Larissa is saying Insomnia is a new series on Stan. What's Stan?
Not sure.
I don't know what that network is.
Oh, welcome to the show, area code 424. What's going on?
Hi, this is Latif.
What's going on, Latif?
Yes, I'd like to talk about something I've noticed on the teaser. I'm sorry I'm not talking about them all, but
no. So you can talk about anything you want.
Yeah, any subject's fine about this show.
Yes, so in the teaser, they had this scene at the barn and then someone screaming in the background. I noticed the scream is actually quite exactly a scream of what's her name, Kelly, when she was when Boyd was taking out the metal rod out of her head. It was exactly the same scream, and I don't know if it's the show did it on purpose or is it Boyd maybe is gonna see like some type of a nightmare and a vision, and he's gonna see, I don't know, the torture of Brian, who came with Kelly. Maybe they're torturing him, and I honestly have no clue, but it really sounds the same scream if you go and play it back.
All right.
And also,
real quick, let's stop right there. I'll let you go. We got time, so I'll let you go. Don't worry. So let's think about this situation real quick.
Yeah.
If they're saying that these monsters are there to break Boyd,
yeah,
how would Kelly break Boyd? How would that be a situation like that?
Because he mentioned that back in the days when he was in the military, he mentioned that one time someone named Corporal Brian Kelly that died in his arms, and maybe that, I don't know, the connection and this, maybe when he sees the scene right in front of him, when they play the vision right in front of him, maybe that will end up breaking Boyd, or actually might be the opposite. It will make him stronger. That the monster think that's gonna break him, but then it'll make him. I have no clue, but just the screen by itself made me think about all that, and also think about the fact when they walked in, both Kelly and Brian walked in the gas station, or the town call it the bar. She said that's I'm not sure exactly. She said it's either a weird or that's an interesting gas station, but she mentioned it's a gas station. She didn't say a bar. Only the town people call it a bar. And then when she was stuck in the tree talking to Alice, she mentioned she remembered, and she said, "Oh God, we were in the barn." For the first time when I saw it, I thought she said it's the bar, but then I played it many times. I realized it's the barn. She said they were in the barn.
Okay, that's a really good. That's a really good get. You know what I mean? If they were in the barn, that we know that this is where the monsters bring people to torture them. I guess is in the barn. Yeah. You know, and then this is what it is. The only problem I would have with Kelly is that I just don't think that's enough to break Boyd. If you have the monster specifically said, you said we couldn't break you, let's find out. Then I would think in order to break the man, it would have to be someone that means more to him than Kelly would. Now, though he might care about, you know, he pulled that out of her head knowing she was going to die. You know what I mean? Instead of just letting Kenny blow a shot in the head and calling it a day, which he should have did. Yeah. You know, but he pulled it out himself. You know what I mean? He pulled it out himself and everything else. I just don't see Kelly being enough to break him if that's their plan. To me, it would have to be someone closer to Boyd in order to get that breakage.
I don't want to talk about it in this way, but there is a possibility, because I'm not sure who's the Scream, because I agree with you, Tony. It needs to be someone to break Boyd, but I don't know if the person that edited the trailer, this is the other side of it, outside of the show itself. The Scream itself, they may have copied the Scream from that scene because it was something that already aired and put it over who's actually screaming in the scene to protect the identity of that particular person. So it could also be an editing trick where the scream that we heard in that moment isn't actually who's in the scene with Boyd at that particular moment, because they don't want to give us too much of a clue on who that character is. So they could just kind of steal a scream somewhere and put it in there from an editing standpoint.
Well, Dan, I
agree, because they also edited the cicadas scene in there, and it was
they did do that, and I encourage you to go watch the video I did about the Scream. I put, you know, Sarah and I put Fatima Scream back to back with the Scream, so you can analyze who you think it sounds more like, and everything else. So definitely.
Let him join them.
Oh no, thank you for calling in. Great call, my friend.
I appreciate it, Jeff. Yeah, go. I watched that video. You know what I mean? Mischief, the motivational misfit says, Victor is the mole. The monsters use the portals to move quickly, and Victor is the only one that knows the portals. He is too childish to survive so long. If it was Victor, I could see it, but I just think that Victor has a bigger part to play than being the mole. I think Victor is behind this whole shit. Victor is the boy in white, is Victor, and that's what is going down. So to me, it's just too small of a part for Victor. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the comment. What do you think? You think that Victor, and that's for the portals, Victor's the only one who knows about. Victor's the only one who knows about him now that we know of. But we would have to assume that other people like Martin knew what the fuck was going on, because we knew Victor's mom knew what was going on, right? And she knew specifically that the bottle tree took her to the lighthouse. So you'd have to think that Victor's mom is also, if she knew, that other people out there knew also. Like Victor learned it from other people.
From somebody.
You know what I mean? So you'd have to think a bunch of people knew about these portals. We're stuck with Victor right now, but because he's the only one who survived out of all of them. But you'd have to think about a bunch of other people also knew about these portals.
Well, I mean, the Victor the Mole thing, the only thing I'll say is I'm not all the way there. You definitely make some excellent points about Victor's potential shadiness or possibly being the boy in white. I tend to think that if that's the case, he has more of a different kind of relationship with the boy in the white than's disclosed rather than be him. But the way you make excellent points, and it could go in that direction. The only thing I'll say about Victor being the mole, there could be a miscommunication with what you heard and what we've heard the creators say about someone being on the inside. Theoretically, they could be if Victor is what you think Victor is, they could be talking about him and just being sly about it and saying that, yeah, someone's on the inside that's from the other side, and that's actually Victor, but it's more than just being a mole. It's bigger than that. And they're just saying it to almost undersell the value, similar to a certain character that became the big bad in the last season of Lost. Not that I'm comparing this show one-to-one with that, but there's sometimes just they talk, you can kind of talk around something. So I do think it's two different things, but if Victor is shady in some ways, that they could just be underselling the word mole or person on the inside. I think the quote, there's someone behind the scenes or something. So that could be Victor.
Terry Matthew is trying to call the Don out right now. You see this, Phil?
Where? I didn't see it.
Let's highlight this real quick. Look at this. You see it, man?
A friendly bet with the
Don.
I love you, Tony, but he tried to make that as nice as possible. Nope. No. He was trying to go nice with that, but you're like, no, I found it.
Yeah. Listen, I haven't even seen. This is the only comment I've seen of it, and I will say this: I accept it. I don't need to see the terms or even what the bet is.
Taryn, why don't you say what you mean? You're saying Tony's wrong about something right now. Is what you're saying.
I'm with the bet. I'm with the bet. What would you like to bet? And what are the terms and conditions of the bet? I have accepted it.
Dude, you're like Marty McFly with calling you chicken. You're like
anything you want. You come up with it. You let me know what the bet you want and what we're betting. And I'm about that life. So yes, I accept your wager. And all that stuff. I'm all about that situation. So let us know. Let me know. You know what this bet what you would like to do. So I have a bet now with Taryn Matthew. It's right. It's in right here. We have seen it live. There's no going back. We're just waiting for him to say exactly what the bet is and what we are wagering. And I am about that life. He's calling right now. So he's calling, and we will get this live on the air. This bet right now. It's calling you, Phil. You got the
someone's calling the wrong number. I don't know if that was him. Let me put the real number in one more time.
All right, we'll put the number up for overseas. Is it the wrong number? Or this is the overseas number,
or it's this number. So someone keeps calling on my number, so that their number is 781-504.
All right, so this is the number right here. 781-990-8509 is the number. People to call. Terry Matthew has challenged the Don Tony Teflon to a bet. The Don has accepted. We don't know what the bet is yet.
Tony, I was saying this a second ago. You're like Marty McFly in Back to the Future. Like you can't call you chickens. Like
no.
Nails. Don't you dare call me chicken.
Let's go. I'm about that life.
I love it.
I'm about that life.
Don't you dare bet Tony anything.
No. I'm about that life. I'm about that life. Let's go. I'm from Queens, New York. This is what we do. So, yeah, Mr. Matthew, please call him, and we'll hash out this out and everything else and get everything.
We'll figure out terms. I'll be witness.
Yeah. We got the whole chat here. We got over 200 people here to witness this. And whatever I say, the Don does. Always remember that. I'll always do it. It's never going to be any. I know there's other channels. Could you see channels coming in? They say, "Hey, I'm going to give away a PlayStation. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm doing that." Motherfuckers don't get nothing. All right. Anything I've ever said, I've done. Anytime I've ever said I'm going to give somebody something, you can check them. They've always gotten it. Anytime I've done a contest, you're going to get it. If I'm telling you that is what it is, that's what it is. And the Don does not welch on bets. It's not what it is. I always put out there. Like I'm telling you right now.
Hey, welcome to the show, man.
It was this Terry.
Hi, Phil. Sorry for calling the wrong number there. That's my bad.
Oh, no worries, man.
All right, brother. What's going on? How you doing, man? How's everything?
Yeah, all good, all good. I've been doing some theory crafting. I've been
Okay.
doing some solving.
Okay. Okay. Now you have challenged Don Tony Teflon to the bet. What would you like to what first what is the actual bet itself? And then we'll talk about what we betting for.
I'm a witness.
Okay, I would like to bet with you our
Yeah.
5 wildest, most specific predictions,
Yes.
right? So something that just sounds completely out there because it's so specific a prediction, right? But it sounds crazy to anyone who hasn't been studying the show, right? So we make our 5 craziest predictions, and when the final season of From rolls around,
The final season.
whoever has guessed closest wins.
So 5 predictions that you have until the final season to come true.
I may need
Yeah.
none of this.
All right. I can do 5 for this upcoming season if you want. But if you want to go to the final season,
Bets,
I
but
will
I've
go
only
to the
got
final.
5 really specific crazy ones ready. But I guess you need some time to think up yours as well. But that's the idea. It's like picking something super specific where you're guessing, 5 seasons in advance, basically, or 4 seasons, however many it is. And you got to predict it. And then when the final season rolls around, we'll see who was closest. And then we can also have a side bet over what happens next season as well. We could have a little primer bet potentially.
Okay.
to help with that.
All right, let's go through it. I will have to. I can go through in my head right now, and get these predictions done really quick right now. So, if you're saying crazy, I'm just gonna give predict. I can't go out of here like it's gonna be out of this world, or I can only do what I think is gonna actually happen. So, I'm
That's
I'll
cool.
give you
Can
my
I give you one of mine
predictions.
just as an example so you can see what I'm talking about?
Okay.
All right, so it's something like this, right? On the show, the origin story of Fromland will directly inspire Alice in Wonderland, Shakespeare's The Tempest, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame, after a Burgundian's diary is passed between authors across time like a never-ending sisterhood of the traveling pants.
Okay, I will say my prediction will be that we are dealing with people in the 4th dimension.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
want in on the bet, but I'm coming up with one. This will all end with Boyd on a boat with some character named Walt coming up to pick him up, and then we'll find out that the dog
Right.
on in the woods is named Vincent.
So I need someone in the chat right now to have a pen and paper. I want y'all to write down the predictions. We have Taryn and the Don right here, and you have the Taryn's first prediction, the Don's first predictions that we're dealing with 4th dimensional beings, someone in the 4th dimension. His prediction is, can you please say it again so people can get it down?
All right, so I'll say it a bit quicker this time. On the show, the origin story of Fromland will directly inspire Alice in Wonderland, Shakespeare's The Tempest, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame, after a Burgundian's diary is passed between authors across time like a never-ending sisterhood of the traveling pants.
All right, so what he's saying is that the story of Fromland is going to be recorded in a diary. And when it's recorded in this diary, from this diary, we will get the stories of Alice in Wonderland, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I forgot the other one.
Shakespeare's The Tempest.
And Shakespeare's The Tempest. All right, write that down. So the origin is going to be, there's going to be a diary at some point that is in here that inspired all those books. The Don is going with 4th dimensional beings. All right. Number 2 for you, Mr. Matherin.
All right. Diego Columbus, Christopher Columbus's son, and Don Juan's bodyguard, that's who he was, will seduce John Cabot's depressed wife, Matea, in church, share unsweetened chocolate with her, and after their affair is discovered, she will be diagnosed with hysteria and an imbalance of her humors, resulting in a botched brain surgery by Oliver Ledime, disguised as a Genoese barber.
All right. I hope someone wrote that down. It's a lot. I'm going to keep it a little bit more simple when I'm going with my situation.
Cool.
All right, because I'm doing them right now, right off the head. All right, I'm gonna go with my theories when it's all said and done. When it's all said and done, we will see aliens are being held captive by the people who are running Fromland.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so I have aliens that
Phil,
are
you
being.
want to add one?
I'm trying to think. I can't come up with stuff as quickly as possible. I'm just going to make weird Lost references that aren't going to make
We
any
have
sense.
I am with
Someone
aliens.
will become the protector of the island and drink it out of a Coke can.
All right, so I believe that there are aliens being held captive and experimented on by the people up in Fromland. Mr. Matheru, can you please say it again so people can write this down so they know exactly what you're saying?
All right. Okay. Shall I go with my third one while Phil?
No, let's say the second one again. So make sure these people got it so they're writing it down. Have it down perfect.
All right. Number 3. The explorer John Cabot will go on an Ocean's 11 style prison break for true heir to the throne, Perkin Warbeck from the Tower of London, secretive order called the Confraternity of St. John the Evangelist of Death, after getting paid to do it by Philip the Handsome.
All right. So y'all got that. The Don Tony Teflon. I'm going to go with this for my third theory that I believe will be proven by season 3 when this is all said and done, is that Jade's company that he sold his program for quantum physics is what is being used to create wormholes.
I got one.
That have trapped the people in Fromland in the future. That Jade's program, quantum physics program, is what in the future is what made the wormholes possible, which is the faraway trees, which is bringing everybody into Fromland.
All right. That sounds cool.
All right.
Phil,
Okay.
what you got?
Okay, Fatima is. We'll find out that Fatima's been growing a secret crop of marijuana that has psychotropic effects similar to that of the Scarecrow in Batman Begins, and using that the psilocybin that she's creating through the marijuana and mixing some mushroom dust in there, it's causing these people to hallucinate and add extra fear elements to some of the elements in Fromtown. I don't really believe that. I'm just trying to keep up with you guys.
That's not a bad one. That works.
I mean, you never know. There could be some hallucinations going on with all that tea going around.
Yes.
So, it's possible. It's
Possible.
possible. Something like that. Could be mushrooms, maybe.
All right. Let's go. Number 4, Mr. Matheru.
All right. The origin story flashbacks will open with the pregnant princess nun giving birth, impregnated by a shepherd lord Cunningman. She will end up being the inspiration for Esmeralda.
Richie Cunningham? No, sorry, I missed that.
All right.
Cunningman.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Cunningham for a second.
Richie Cunningham.
Richie Cunningham is responsible for this. Is the Fonz involved too?
All right, so that's his 4th. Let me think of number 4 right now, real quick. My 4th theory will be. What will my 4th theory be of what's going on inside this Fromland? And I will say that my 4th theory will be kind of would be taking on 3rd theory in the end. So I don't know if I could say it. Phil, if it's not kosher, you gotta say it.
I gotta buzz it.
You gotta buzz it. I will say that the faraway trees have nothing to do with magic and are nothing more than teleportation devices.
No, that's unique enough. I go.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Number 5.
Okay. The Thomas who died was a changeling. The real Thomas is trapped in a coma in an underground ice cave, wrapped up in human guts, possessed by a good twin represented by the sun. Ethan will rescue him, and Christy will bring him back to life, like in the origin story of Thomas' play.
Okay. So Ethan's brother who died isn't dead. He's actually he's actually was a changeling, meaning that he's a fairy that was wrapped up in human guts right now and will be saved by his brother Ethan, is basically what you're saying here.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say this on my final theory here. I wish I could go into things like that. I will say that I said it a little bit earlier. I'll say it right now in the end. Victor is the boy in white.
Ooh.
Okay. That's
All right.
an interesting one.
All right. Those are 5. That's my 5. There's Mr. Matherew's 5. We will see before. Now, what are we betting?
Yeah, I'm not really in on the bet. I'm just coming up with stupid ones. I think I came up with
doesn't
3.
work for the Dom. Something's got to be on the line here, baby. So what is it?
This is you two in the bet. I was just trying to partake. And I got one last one. Jackie C's Grubhub driver named Dario started a band with Chachi and Joni, and they were responsible for this whole situation. It's all in a dream of Joni. No, I'm sorry, that was horrible. But yeah, what are you guys gonna bet?
Well, what is the bet, my friend?
Well, I don't know. It's up to you, because I don't want to bet something too big, and especially if I turn out to be right. And
all right, so all right, let's not worry about too big.
I'd like to do something fair and reasonable.
All right, so what would that be, fair and reasonable to you?
How about this? Okay, if I win, right, the final episode of the final season comes around, you will have to watch all of my theory videos that I'm going to be putting out at some point. There are 15 of them that I've been making. You have to watch all of them. And maybe if you win, I would have to review your book and publicly do a video review of it. Something like that. That could be fair.
I'll watch your videos regardless when you put them out. I promise you that. And I'll also share them. And
you got to do it live, and comment on it and stuff. That sort of thing. Not like the whole way through, but I don't know, do a review of it or something.
All right. So I would say this. My book's going to be out this year. So we talk about 3 years from now, you're going to do a review of my book 3 years from now. It's not really going to help the guy. How about this? I will watch and review your stuff just to do that. That's what it is. How about we just do this then? Just make it simple and stuff. If I win, you will send me an autographed copy of your book saying that I am the greatest theory crafter in the world, and I will do the same for you. And then if you win, I will send you an autographed copy of my book, and I will say that you are the greatest theory crafter of all time.
Yes. Okay. That sounds like a really good deal. I like that a lot. That means the stakes are fun and there's no stress.
Yeah, no, I don't want any stress about it or anything. It's gotta be like, this is all in good fun and everything else and all that. I would appreciate you to review the book, and no doubt about it. I would appreciate if you did do that and stuff. But
man, I was probably going to do that anyway, to be honest.
Well, I appreciate
it. Don't worry too much about that. I meant making a whole video about it, sort of thing.
All right, I appreciate it. So that we have the bet. If Mr. Matherew wins, then I will send him an autographed copy of my book. I'll do it online. I will sign it right here, and I'll put it, and I'll say, Mr. Matherew, you are the greatest theory crafter who ever lived, and vice versa. He will send me a copy of his book, and he'll say, Tony Teflon Don, you're the greatest theory crafter who ever lived. We will go with that. That works for me.
And if there's anything with mushrooms, you both have to send me something. I will figure it out later.
And if Phil gets his one right, he wins that all.
I win it all.
Yeah, get that right. Yeah, we both have to send you a book.
Exactly. If I get anything right, then I win it all. I'm all in here.
100%. I can't wait.
We had so much fun with this bet. Maybe next time I join a live or something, we could make a bet for season 3. That way we can enjoy one person winning, one person losing, before the final season comes out. Maybe we could maybe give you more time to think about it, Tony, as well, because I kind of sprung this on you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We can do. You come on here live, and we'll do this a season 3 bet too.
All right, that sounds good.
We'll
Thank
do
you
a
for
bet
having me on, man.
every season if you want, and all that. So I'm definitely with it. Now we would love to have you on again.
All right, man. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
All right, man. Take care. All right. So we have it. We have the bets. We're in there right now. Don Tony Teflon in here and everything else. Listen, yo, we'll see who wins this bet. I'm very confident. I'm confident anyway, Phil. I'm very confident. I'm the Don. Right?
This is why you and I need to do the Amazing Race or something. We need to get on one of these damn
We
shows.
can do it. I just can't swim, Phil. I just can't swim.
I can swim. I'll do the swimming parts.
If you can do the swimming parts, I can do everything else. I'll jump out the plane.
I can't eat disgusting stuff.
I'll do that. I got you. I can do all that stuff and everything else. I can definitely do. I just can't swim. Let me tell you something, Phil. If you give me a goddamn noodle, I'm like Black Aquaman. Black Aquaman with a noodle. You take the noodle away, it ain't so going.
How about the water wings? We might be able to smuggle the water.
Maybe I can knock the water wings. I'm more prolific with the noodle.
Okay.
I'm prolific with this goddamn noodle. You see me with this noodle. You never seen anyone swim with a noodle like me. Yeah, I mean,
you're like Roadrunner with the noodle.
You forget about it. You forget about it in here. Black Aquaman, Black Manta in this motherfucker with the noodle.
Oh my goodness.
And everything else. We shall see. Let me say up to my girl Diane. I see that she has just of House Blackwood has just joined us and everything else. Sonic, your boy, my theory is Diddy did it. He's behind it all. I listen, I would not doubt it. I would not doubt it at all.
That's a likely theory. Sonic, I'm like oh my goodness. I definitely need some Blu-ray Happy Days DVDs. That's what we definitely need. And the amazing Vince Harper's in the live chat, one of the funniest awesome dudes out there, Toasted Vince.
Listen, I would be in this motherfucker major film. Sign us up, Phil. I'm with it. I'll do it. We'll win this motherfucker.
One of these things. We got to find one of these things.
Well, it's just the swimming. I can't do survivor because I can't go in the water. And that would be a problem. Now, I'll win every other challenge, but the water challenge, I ain't going to make it. You know what I mean? It's just not where I would have to do a lot of practice. That's all. I would have to do months in the pool and in the water and in the lake. I would have to do months in there, and that would just be it. And everything. Anything else, jumping out of a plane. I don't care if I got a life preserver, I'm with it.
Have you ever watched the show The Traitors?
I have not.
Okay, I'll tell you about that one. That'd be one we should do. It'd be great. Or we could actually do a home version of it. That would be fun. You get people. I'll talk to you about it off here.
Okay.
It's a fun one with some killers behind the scenes strategy stuff going on.
You know, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, yeah, all right. So we have the bet. We have the bet. It's set. It's done. It's over. We know the deal and everything else. So we're gonna see who wins this bet. We're not gonna take a poll who y'all think gonna win the bet. We're gonna see. It wouldn't be fair because I know a lot of y'all probably fans of the Don Tony Teflon. Here's the way I look at it though, as a lot of things got to happen for his to work.
Like
he's very specific.
Now, as partial judge here or something, is if any part of his is right, does he win? Because there's a lot of points. Does he have to get everything right? Does he have to get perfect bingo? Because that's going to be hard.
He did it to himself. I mean, I didn't tell him to go.
I love the attention to detail, but that might bite him in the bet.
I wrapped in guts. You know, he could have just said Ethan's brother's being held up, but he specifically said, and he says whoever gets closest. All right, we'll go closest. But you say wrapped in guts,
right? I'm going to say who gets the closest. If Taryn gets part of his picks right,
yes,
he deserves points.
Right. Yes, he's right. If you get part in there, if Ethan, let's take one of his things. He said Ethan's brother is still alive, being held hostage, wrapped in guts. If Ethan's brother is still alive and being held hostage, he gets it right. He doesn't have to be wrapped in guts. I'll give you another one,
Tony. He gave a lot of specific details about a potential diary situation. If there's just a diary, I think he deserves points.
He does get points. If it doesn't, even if it doesn't inspire Alice in
Yeah, or
Wonderland,
Tempest, or the Tempest, or
Barry,
any of that stuff.
we'll give it to him. We'll give him that, no doubt about it. All right. So I appreciate it. We're not going to go to that small, minute place with it. We're going. If he gets that, he gets it. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know what I mean? Best out of 5. We'll see who gets it. I'm gonna get 5 out of 5 right. So you're gonna have to sweep it. The best you can do is time it, because I'm getting 5 out of 5 right. I'm pretty confident on that. We gonna see. We gonna see what happened. He said he needs to be specific, right? Yes, what he said, right? Right. I was pretty specific in myself. We'll see. It's great. I cannot wait, and everything else. If neither of us win, Phil wins, as Diane would say.
Default. Yeah.
Yes, Phil wins.
And I'm sorry to take it a quick side. People in the live chat are talking about it. Yes, The Traitors is great. Season 2 is good. I also like season 1 because I enjoy the winner, and I've watched some of the Australian and the British version too. It's a fun concept of a reality show that I would actually really like to play.
No, that Real Enigma Theory says, peace, Tony. Everyone out there just tuned in. I'm driving, but I'm tapped in and listening on the right. What's up, my brother? Thank you for listening to us and everything else. Everybody, Tara Matthews is going to have a channel. And if you need other from people to go and you need something to watch, go watch Real Enigma and Theory's channel. I will put someone please put the link in the chat so people can go check out my brother. And when Tara Matthews' channel gets up, we're going to shout him out and let him do his thing too. And we're going to go through all those videos and everything else like that. We got nothing but love for other motherfuckers in this fandom. That's how we do it. When we say from Lee, we mean it. We really mean it. You know what I mean? That is just what it is.
We both come from a little bit more of an antagonistic environment, so it's great to with some other shows that both of us have covered. So it's great to be in such an awesome community of creators and people and folks talking about this show.
Even though I think that people have a hard time saying that the Don Tony Teflon came up with the alien fourth dimensional being theory. Like, people never want to attach my name to it. Like, I see him attach Terrence's name to his theories all the time. Every time they say Terrence Matthew, they say this here, they put his name to it, but no one want to attach my name to the alien.
Tony, if it isn't aliens, they'll attach your name to it.
Yeah, when it's not, then all of a sudden Tony was wrong. But in the end, that's me who came up with that shit. That was me. I came with the fourth dimensional being. I came with the alien. I was the first one who said it. Go back and check the video I put out to any Reddit post or any post ever, and you'll see that my date is before anybody who put it out there. So they should be putting some respect on my name when I don't get Birdman to them. I don't want to have to get like Birdman on them. You know what I mean? I don't have to do that. But they should be putting some respect on my name and saying my name when we talk the Tony Teflon's alien theory, Tony Teflon's fourth dimensional being theory. They should do that.
Speaking of respecting his name, Kenny dies of Wolf Spare. That's my big call. Kenny gets some by the end of season 3. It happens. I'm calling Kenny getting some.
I know he's not.
Kenny's getting it.
No, he's not.
Darth Kenny is getting some, and Breaking Bad Kenny is gonna just,
let's talk about that. Will Kenny break bad this season?
Probably not, but he's getting it.
Do you think that's gonna happen this season?
I'm buzzed.
That's good. Is he going to break bad this season, Kenny? What do you think?
I think it's going to start this season, but I don't realistically speaking, I don't think it's going to play out until next year. I think we're going to get the more seeds of it coming up. And I do think Kenny might get some this year.
If his mom is the one in the cart and that's her foot hanging out that cart, will we get the break bad, Kenny?
Yes. If anything happens to his mother this season, yes, I think that is the final the final brick in the wall. If we're to go to the wall analogy of the album, The Wall, the final brick in the wall is going to be the death of Kenny's mom for him. There's no coming back, or Christy, one of the two of them. If anything happens to both of them, either of them, I think next Kenny goes Breaking Bad. But I think it's going to be his mother. Christy's the character that I think lasts to the end. I think she's the one that brings him back from the edge. But I do think the impetus for him going that far, Tony, has to be the mom dying, right?
Yeah, makes sense that it's his mother. The fact that Jade's pulling the cart. We've said this before. Like me and Phil, we talked about it, that it had to be someone that Jade cared about in order for him to be pulling the cart also.
Yep.
Only two people Jade cares about would be Kenny and Kenny's mother, to that point that he would be pulling the cart. We have another call coming in.
Oh yeah, I know. I think I know who this is. Give me
Uh-oh.
one. Give me 1 second. It's everybody. KP.
Oh, hold on. All right, yeah. What's going on, fellas? Good night to everybody. How's everybody doing? Tony, Phil, fellas, everybody in the chat. Blessed good evening to you. Happy Sunday. This Lord's Day. I don't know what we're talking about. I just jumped in and I saw the stream and I was like, I know we're talking about From. I don't know if there's, and I heard, dude, what's the guy's name who was the writer who had the complicated theory?
Taryn Mather.
Taryn.
Taryn Mather.
Yo, that guy's brain works different. I don't think any of the things he thinks is going to happen is ever going to happen, because I don't think nobody thinks like that. I mean, anybody has the foresight to invent the things that he's invented. If he if anything he says becomes real, I would be so shocked. But as I said the last time, I would love to read the book the story that he thinks From is. I want him to write that story, because that's a way better story than From. From is good, but that story that he has, that he thinks From is a way better story than what is probably actually the actual story here. I think Tony's thing about the plants being like teleportation devices, some sort of thing, that's obviously true. I mean, I think that is objectively true. Because we've seen them do it. We've seen people go into the tree in one place and then they get out of the tree and then somewhere else. So obviously they're transportation devices. I don't think it's magic. I think it's some sort of very sophisticated technology. But one of the things as we talk about the foot hanging off the cart, or we talk about Kenny, perhaps Kenny breaking bad and so on. My one of the questions I have, and perhaps you guys have some answers to this, and hopefully you haven't discussed this before, but that body, whoever it is, they didn't have an easy time. What do you think happened to them, and how do you think these people eventually found this person? Because something just from looking at the whole setting, it's obvious that person, whomever it was, had a very serious incident.
No doubt, because when you look at, that's why people wanted to say it was Tabitha. It does make sense, because that foot is disc. The actual foot itself that we're seeing, it looks like it's broken. The ankle is broken. It's ripped up. So if you wanted to say that was Tabitha when she got pushed off the lighthouse, and that's the way her body wound up, and that's why, makes sense. I can understand it being Tabitha. But whoever did it, whoever did it, whether the monsters did it or trying to actually go down and say, I'm gonna break this motherfucker foot. I don't know how they did it. They get him in a Kurt Angle ankle lock. What was it? What went wrong here? But the body does seem to be broken up pretty bad.
Mangled. It looks like a body that came out of a car wreck. It looks like that's, if you get into a bad car accident, that's what you come out looking like. Probably or hella worse, but that's what it looked like to me. So, because what I was thinking is that the body is not the body of a new person. It's perhaps the body of somebody who was in a car crash and now entering into Fromville. And perhaps that new person is somebody that was known by one of the Fromville folks. and there was some sort of indication that these people were there, and that's why they went to find them. But I have a feeling that the person on that cart is not a character that we've met. Have you guys thought about that? Perhaps that person is not somebody that we've already met.
I just don't think that Jade would be the person pulling the cart if it was someone we haven't met yet. If it was Toby, then yes. But the fact that we have already lost Toby, I think the fact Jade's on the cart, it has to be something that Jade, because when you pull the cart, it's like, any funeral, when you're the pallbearer or whatever, you paying your respects by honoring this person in a way by pulling their body and everything, right? Like you want to do that for your boys, your girls, your family members, whatever it is. When you go to a funeral and you carry the casket and you're actually carrying their body, it's more of a respect thing that you have for this person. Mm-hmm. I think the fact that Jade is doing that, it has to be someone that he cares about, and I just don't think he can care about a new character that quick.
Well, if this is indeed a funeral procession, then I would agree with you. But I
don't think it's a funeral. Fucking up the word I'm drinking here. I don't think it's anything to do with the funeral at this particular time. I just think he's paying respect by I'm going to help because he feels bad that I'm going to help pull this body at this particular time. I don't think they're going to the funeral. I think Boyd would have at least got the blood off his shirt by then. But I just think that he's going to pull this body because he cares about this person too. I don't even think we're going to see a funeral for this person at all. Whoever this is, we're not going to see another funeral.
My little theory about it, because I thought about it a little bit. My little theory about it is that Boyd and Jade, because Jade is one of the last people that Tabitha had interaction with. I mean, we know Victor, the one took her to the tree, but Jade's one of the last people that she kind of talks to and has has a significant scene with. I believe that Jade and Boyd went to look for her, and they instead ended up finding these new people that are entering Fromville. And perhaps Boyd or Jade or both of them know the person that's coming in, and it just so happens, and they call for a cart. They realize, okay, this is an issue. They call for a cart. They got the body going, and now they're bringing the body to wherever it needs to be, and perhaps other people from the crash as well who may have survived. And it feels more of an accidental find than them going to find somebody and actually finding that person and bringing them back.
I don't think so. I'm explaining to you why I don't think so. All right. Not saying that you're wrong because we don't know. I'm just saying this is why I don't think that it could be that. This is what they led the trailer off with. All right. They led the trailer off with for the next season of them two pulling this body. So I just don't think that it's significant. I don't think it's significant enough to have some random people show up and get killed. I don't think it means that much. I think they specifically did this to let you know, as a fan, that someone major is going to die this season that you care about, that you've had time to invest in, and they're in that cart right there. So I think that's why they did that, and I think that's why it has to be.
Points to that is that From doesn't have a history of they don't have a history of tricking you with their trailers. The trailers are kind of direct. Their trailers and teasers, whatever, is kind of direct. It's like there's no big mystery. There's no big misdirection to say, oh yeah, look, we put it out in front is a whole big thing, but it ends up it's not a big deal. It's totally not a big deal. The other thing though was a big deal. No, I think you're absolutely right. It probably is somebody that isn't already in Fromville. And they probably specifically went to find that person or to find some people. And that's just the person they found. And they had a feeling the person would have been either injured or passed. and that is why they carried along the cart in the first place with them.
Listen, Tabitha fits the bill. It could be Tabitha. It could be Kenny's mother. It could be Sarah.
Mhm.
I don't see Jade pulling the cart for Sarah. So that makes me not think it's her. I do see him pulling the cart for Tabitha. I see him pulling the
Tabitha, yeah.
cart. I see him pulling the cart for Kenny and Kenny's mother.
Kenny's
So,
mom.
when I look at the foot, so I know Asians got small feet. You know, not that I be looking, but I know they do because they. I'm saying generally Asian people are smaller, smaller side. So you know, I don't know if that. I don't think that's Kenny's foot though, but his mother fit the bill.
Yeah. And the Tabitha, you know, it would be interesting if it was Tabitha, and what we're actually seeing is that her avatar is dead.
Mm-hmm.
But so everybody thinks so the body is dead, and everybody thinks she's dead. Her avatar is dead, but the person that was behind the avatar, that was plugged into the matrix, for want of a better phrase, is still alive on the outside, and they are trying to make things happen to kind of get to get people out of from Bill. She's trying to figure it out, and everybody thinks she's dead, but she's on the other side figuring things out. And perhaps she'll do something with that Colombian accent. Hopefully, my God, because I cannot tell you how badly that Colombian accent upsets me. I can't tell you how badly it upsets me.
That's her accent. That's the way she talks in real life. You ever see her do interviews? That's how she sounds.
It has nothing to do with you.
I mean, that's how she sounds. If you see her talking in interviews, that's her voice.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, it's if she's just supposed to be a regular white lady from Massachusetts. No,
she's not. No, I don't think that's what they're going for. I think her kids do look very fair. I think because her husband's white, and she's very pale skinned too. Obviously, we deal with Spaniards or anyone that they're white anyway. They're not, you know, they're white Spaniards and stuff. So she's just a pale skinned, white passing one.
I would not like to hear that from you, Tony. you tell them that they'll have a problem with it. But yeah,
I don't care what they have a problem with.
They are of European descent.
They're white. Yeah, of European descent. Yes. Yeah, that's what it is. You know. So, but if you don't like her accent, I think that, you know, unfortunately you're married. But if you never had a Latina woman call you Poppy in the bed, you done missed out, brother. You done missed the fuck out. Let me tell you, it's very sexy. It's very sexy. I appreciate it every time they said it. Every time they said it to the dog, I appreciate it. Sounds really good.
I have significant knowledge. I have significant and intimate knowledge of said experience. So, which is why it like irks me so much. Because I'm like, this accent has to be in here for a reason. Why would you get your accent to be in this role when you can get a non-accent person and like have it just be like have it not be an issue? Like the accent has to be there for a reason, man. But we'll see. I don't have much to add to the conversation other than that. So I'll watch you guys talk about this for the rest of the night. And shit, I might call back in later because I'm
all right, bro.
By myself. So,
all right, brother.
You guys have a good night, and I'm gonna be watching the TV.
All right, my brother. Peace out. Yeah, listen. You know, that accent's sexy to me.
You're a talker. Listening to talkers makes me thirsty. Words come pouring out your cunt mouth. I'm gonna have to eat every fucking chicken in this room.
Yeah, baby, drink every drink in my goddamn house.
Sorry about that. I don't know why that was playing. But the wheel's still there. It's behind me right there. Someone asked if the wheel was still there. Yes,
Yeah,
the wheel-
listen, if you do a super chat, we will spin the wheel for you.
I'll spin the wheel. I got to update some of the things on the wheel, but yeah, we can play Monty Hall if you.
Yeah,
want
if y'all leave a super chat, Phil will spin the wheel, and there's certain things on the wheel behind him, and that we will do, or whatever it says that on the wheel will happen. So yeah, super chat, and we'll spin the wheel.
Those are really old things on the wheel. I need to update them, but we'll take it for now.
And the higher the super chat, the more wheel spins you get.
Exactly. And
You know what I mean?
any more super chats tonight? I'll go get the wheel.
We'll bring the wheel in effect and everything else. All right, so since we're talking theories and stuff, and what up, Regime? What up to everyone who's right? You know, we're gonna keep going through the theories, but I just thought about something. So let's go through that, because I don't think anyone's ever talked about this on any television show. So obviously we will be the first as always. So since we know that a lot of these creatures here, and it's what seems like is going on here, are they trying to break people, right? So let's go through each character. And so we talked about Kenny, and we said what would break Kenny would be his mother dying. Let's go through them and see if everyone has something that would break them, and maybe we can learn something from that. So we know what Kenny is. Kenny's mom's dying. All right. So we can easily say Julie. What would break Julie?
I mean, I think in a lot of cases it's similar, because with Julie, anything happening to Ethan and her parents, I think would probably drive Julie over. I think Julie's close anyway, but I do think it would be anything happening to her family.
Yeah, I think she's closer to a mother. I think she seems to be closer with a mother than a father.
Yeah,
I don't know. She does seem to be close with Jim.
Who the hell wants to be close to Jim? I mean, let's be true here. Come on.
We got a super chat right off the bat. Milf and Cookies.
Great name. I'll be right back. Let me grab
it. Is a great Milf and Cookies. Yo, what happened to the mom at the end? Just saw the show. We are talking about that right now, Milf and Cookies, and everything else. And we're delving into that. So there's a bunch of different things that we have spoken about and we will speak about. But since you hit the super chat, we will spin the wheel for you right now.
Okay. It landed on take a large bite of a sandwich.
Okay.
Do some
so
hippie activity.
Phil will have to handle that. Take a large bite of the sandwich. Phil will handle that. So what I think is going on with Tabitha is one or two things. Number one, when we look at her being pushed out the window, we know that it's impossible for anybody to survive a fall from that far. Therefore, it's either one or two things. Either when she was pushed out of that window, she went through some type of wormhole that passed her into the hospital where she has, or her body that fell is nothing more than an avatar. And when she was pushed out, just like in your dream, when you have a dream, anytime you have a dream, you wake up before you hit the floor, that her body that was in the dream world hit the floor, she woke up back in the real world, and that's what snapped her back to consciousness. So one of those two things is it. It's nothing else. Anyone who tells you anything else, it's one of those two things. And we talked about a little bit with KP about the avatar being there. Do you think if they did that, it would ruin the show? Like if you realize right now, if they did that all these people are avatars. Say Tabitha walks into the room in the hospital, and when she gets in this room, she sees everybody laid out with some electroprobes on their headsets or whatever. Does that ruin the show then if they do that?
Yeah, if that happened, I'd be like, I don't want it to be something like that. I don't want another kind of Westworldy kind of situation or Total Recall situation. I would ideally prefer that not to be the case. I want this to be the real people. But could they make no, there wouldn't be time to make a fake Tabitha body no, I don't think personally, I don't think there's any way it's Tabitha, but maybe that's me wanting it.
It ruins the show. I mean, if they can do it, but not this season. If you do it this season, then the show is over because you're not going to care about these people if you just think it's avatars. You're not going to care about if anybody dies if you just think it's avatars.
It just changes the game, Tony. It's not even that you don't care. It just makes it, you feel about it in a different way. And then you have to establish all different kind of rule set. If you die in the thing, do you die in real life? It's too much like that show that got canceled that I liked, the video game show. Peripheral. It's a little bit too much like that for me, which I liked Peripheral, but that was that thing. This feels like something different. This feels way more that these people have been trapped in here through a portal technology of some sort or beaming technology, and they're in some enclosed environment controlled by a fourth dimensional creature or an overseer that's watching this all, that sort of tapped into everything that's going on. That's more my speed with it personally.
Yeah, I love that show too, Sonic.
Me too, Sonic. That was a good one. I'm sad that didn't get picked up for more.
We got a question here from Mika. Michelle Lee says, God, I missed my boys. How's everyone in the chat? Still got love for Mika. We have put your thing in. It's not a super chat. It just gets highlighted because she's been there.
Okay, because she's a member. Okay. No.
But she has been here for 10 months, so let's give her a spin on the wheel.
You don't get a spin. No, you're cut.
Give her a spin on the wheel. She's been here for 10 months.
Sorry. I always wanted to be on a game show, Tony. It says everybody. Okay, so wherever you are, whatever you're doing right now, pick up your drink, even if it's water or coffee or whatever, and let's toast this to Mika.
Mika, this is for you. Everybody in the chat, throw it up and put it in the chat too. Put your drinks up in there. That's
Tony, don't I look weird through my cup?
It's great. You can see your face.
Isn't that weird? That's fucking weird, dude.
Fucking amazing.
Oh wow, that's fucking crazy, dude. Sorry, I'm fucked up. No, I'm kidding.
We're at shower with that. That's what. Salute Trace Comas up in the building. Salute to you too, brother, and everything else. All right, so we went through the one person. Let's go through everyone. What breaks Sarah?
Oh, she's been broken already, right?
What breaks her?
What breaks her at this point?
I'm saying, did you think the brother broke her? The death of the
brother, absolutely. I think the brother, and then just doing the bidding and coming back from that, going that side and coming back, ultimately kind of guts you. I think at this point in the world that we have established season 2 into season 3, I need to rewatch. We need to get back to our rewatch. So to get into that and really look at it, I would say if anything happens to Elgin at this point, because he's the only person that's really on her side.
Okay. All right. I would agree. I think she could be already broken. That's why she's the way she is. Let's go to the next person. Let's say what breaks Jade.
The Fatima running out of weed. Sorry. I think realizing being faced with repeated reality, because someone like Jade, because of his position in life and the type of person he is, where he leans on the psychotropic nature of life, which just isn't an exaggeration. It just seems like he's that kind of guy. The more reality he's faced breaks him. I don't know if it's a specific thing, Tony. I think it's over and over, almost like, I'm sorry, I'm on a Lost kick just because I rewatched it over the last couple of weeks. Almost like Hurley on Lost, where he was like the positive guy, the guy that was sort of like the hippie dude. Oh, I'm so happy, or whatever, just positive energy guy. And then after repeated bad thing happened, and after bad thing, eventually he's beaten down. I think Jade's like that. He surfs off of positive energy and vibes and being that guy that's kind of fuck everybody, and keeping things glib. So when things become real for him, that's what breaks him, Tony. I don't want to be not specific, but it's like real shit breaks him.
Yeah, I think he got broke with when his Toby died.
Yeah, when his buddy died, because that's
I
his,
think
like,
that broke
partner.
him. I think that. So I think if everyone we go through him right now, we can see how everything broke. I mean, we get to Boyd. We say Boyd right now. What breaks Boyd? Boyd's wife died, but it didn't break him. Right? And you would think that would break him, that his wife is dead, but he still had his son to look after. And he killed her because she thought that she was gonna kill their son. She wasn't thought she's about to kill their son. So that didn't break Boyd. Didn't break him.
His son goes, that
Then he's
breaks him.
broken.
That
His
breaks
son,
him.
his son or his grandchild goes. I think the grandchild could do it too. I think it has to be the son, because even if the son goes, I still think he's going to be there for his grandkid.
I was just about to ask you, Tony, if the son breaks and the grandchild can bring him back. So I do think that out there on the limb theory, Boyd is never broken.
Can't break him.
Boyd is never broken. He survives the series or dies at the end of the series, not fucking broken.
Yeah, he can't break him. I think that's what it's, because it's always something that's going to bring Boyd back.
Yep.
That making him have
100%.
to do what he has to do. If his son dies, I say Elgin. People, hey, I told you he was his son. No, I just fucked up the name.
Yeah, he's been drinking. Tony, not a mole in this particular question. What breaks Donna?
That's where we're going, and that's what we're trying to get to. It would, if she's the mold.
She is the mold. She's the mold that everyone is built around.
God damn black mold ass. If she is the mold, then nothing breaks her. But
nothing breaks her.
If she's
is
not
she the mold or the mole? The mold or the mold?
If not, then you would have to say it would have to be Fatima. The death of Fatima. I think if she looks at Fatima as a daughter, and I think Fatima dying would do it. Even when Ellis got stabbed, she was concerned, but I think she would have recovered from that. It would have to be Fatima. People are saying they already broke her. I don't believe they broke her. I would have to be Fatima.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Fatima would push her over the edge in the end.
I also think a mass murder of Colony House, even worse than we saw before, like it being completely wiped out, might break her.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she's the mold and not the mole, I think she's empathetic to everyone she takes care of, and if anything happens to all of them, that would completely break her.
And we see that Theo C. Jr. is now a member, thanks to Tamika Lee. Thank you so much for that super chat for the membership. And Theo C. Jr., thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. You be here a lot and everything else. So we have the number for you to call in. Can you put the number in the chat again, Phil? Because people may have forgotten it. In case you want to do it. All right, Fatima. What breaks Fatima? Someone said losing her baby.
Yeah, losing the baby, losing Ellis.
Yeah, I think it can't be Ellis. She's pregnant. She would still go on for the baby. It would be the baby, because the fact that she could not get pregnant and she never thought that she would be able to get pregnant. I think if she lose the baby, we could have a Helena Targaryen situation going on with
close. Now, Tony, we're talking. I feel like we don't talk enough about Christy. Yep. And what do you think could break her? I don't think it's Mary Ellen disappearing. Do you think if Mary Ellen disappears somehow,
is that why they brought her in?
Right? Does that break Christy? Because without her, that changes the dynamic. As much as I feel like she's someone we don't talk about enough on this show about how she affects the group and what would happen if she was gone. If she was gone, they would be completely out of any medical personnel at all.
The big girl's going to the big girl.
She died in the Kenny's dad situation, right?
Yep.
so she's basically keeping this all together with duct tape. She's the professor from Gilligan's Island here in some ways, and kind of doing everything and putting everything together. If anything happens to her, they're in a lot of trouble. What, if anything, do you think could break Christy?
That big girl thing. I went to see Mike Epps one time, right? And I was in the front row, like literally in the front row, right? Like my table was touching the stage, and he tried to make fun of me, but he couldn't. But there was this one chick with a really big ass, big girl with a big ass, and then he noticed how he started talking about her, so she got started dancing. And this motherfucker is like, "Hey, big girl, why don't you do that dance? Why don't you do that, girls? But don't split your pants. Come on, hey, big girl, why don't you do that dance? Why don't you do that dance? But don't split your pants." When I said big girl, it reminded me of that whole situation. Right there. All right. I'm back again. So the question is, what would break? It would be a bad loss. Number one, she's a doctor. She's everything. Marielle, it's possible that we've seen how she reacted towards Marielle, especially so when you go away from something, right? And you get into a situation, let's just say that you've been estranged from your family for a while.
Yep.
And you go away and you're not around your family as much because whatever the reason is, but you're not there. But then when you get back together with your family and all those emotions come back to you of how it was to be with your family, I think that if something happened to your family, it would affect you more than when you were away. And I think it could be a situation like that with Marielle, that she was away. She was already, she was already thinking about sucking Kenny's dick, right? And going around the world with him. Let's be real about it. She said it.
She was close.
Like she said, he had her. He was turning a lesbian. Kenny, he was there. He was at that point, right? Like she said, I'm thinking about my fiance, but I'm also thinking about going around the world with the most wonderful man I ever met, right? So he almost flipped the lesbian. Hard to do, but Kenny was about to do it. Then this chick comes back, puts her back in that mind frame. Because you see, as soon as she got there, that she had her on the Flashdance T-shirt. You know what I mean? What she's in the Flashdance mode, like it was on. And
I think I missed two calls. Yeah, area code 318 and 772. Please call back in.
Yeah, please call back. I'm sorry about that. I'm just ranting here.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I had the volume turned down.
Yeah, she was on the Flashdance tip quick when that chicken. Like it wasn't like no time wasted. Like, oh, we just gonna hug each other because I missed you. She was like, no, we're doing the do. All right. She was saying, we won't get it on tonight. I ain't got it on in a while. We getting it on. And she got it on. So I think that really Marielle would break. I think if Marielle, you've seen how much she cared about her, how much the drug, and she blamed herself that she got addicted to drugs and everything else. I think if Marielle goes, then Christy goes.
I don't want to bring up another show or talk too much about it, but when you were talking about a character coming back to a family and then having some problems if anything bad happened to the family, I just thought, wow, there was a lot of missed opportunities with Arya in the final seasons of Game of Thrones. Like that could have been something they could have explored with that character, but there is something to be said about something like that.
No, Kenny is never coming on the channel now. I promise you, Callaway, we'll get Kenny on the channel this year. Listen to what I'm telling you. Kenny's coming on the channel this year. We're gonna get Kenny on the channel this year. This season, Kenny gonna be on the channel. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get Kenny up on here. You know what I mean? He understands the difference between the character and himself as a man.
One of the people that called left a voicemail. Let's play their voicemail. This is area code 318.
Hey, Fail the Issues guy. It's Bernicia, and I want to just know if you all have heard the theory about the Gulagong and the Gollywog. Just curious. Wonder what y'all think about that. Bye.
No, that sounds like
I think that's real Enigma and Theories theory. The Gulagog and the Gollywog. I do believe. I think I'm thinking it's his. That's what pops to my mind when I hear it. He was on here. I do believe he talked about it and stuff. So I have heard it 100%. And I do think that that's real Enigma and Theories video. I would have to go through it again to actually, especially now in my drinking state, to give you a more detailed analysis of what I think about his theories. But I will say that his theories that he comes up with, especially his last video that he came up with, was very concise and very direct of what he says. And I think he has a lot of points, great points in that and stuff. So I would suggest anyone who wants to learn more about going to his last video, go to Real Enigma and Theories last video. Very well done, very well made. He explains himself concisely and uses points from the show, which is, to me, is what I need to see. Like if you're making a theory and there's a theory being made, you need to show me, and you ain't got to show me shit. Who am I? But I'm just talking about me in general, what I look at. I need to see things from the show that call to your theory. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So
you're running this shit right now. You count. I just want to say, see, this is some of my evidence that Kenny's getting. Kenny's so cute. I totally hook up with him. But if not, I'd have to go to Fromville. So yeah, Kenny is getting some. See, Julie thinks he's cute.
No, I'm not saying that women don't like the actor who plays Kenny.
No, we're talking about Kenny the character, not the actor.
All right.
Two completely different people.
No, I think they're both
different people.
No, they're lying. They can say what they want as women. The actor, the character of Kenny, doesn't say what you want. Oh, Kenny's so cute. How many cute men have y'all fucked, lady?
Mika, settle this. Would you, not the actor, do you find Kenny attractive?
The character. How many women, once you hear as a man, his
personality makes him cute, but no.
Who is she live or is she
I think she is. You have slightly a bad connection, Mika. Say something.
All right, I'll call back.
Oh no, you're better now. It's better.
I'm better now?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm driving into Key Largo, so yeah, Kenny, he's cute because his personality, but not my type, no.
Yeah, listen, I think that a lot of ladies, anytime, if any woman said to me, "Oh, you're cute," I'll be like, "Damn, I ain't fucking her. She ain't fucking me tonight." No one want to fuck cute. There ain't no woman in here want to fuck a cute man. No, I'm being belligerent a little bit right now. I'm sorry, but that's not the truth. Come on, man. That's when you the buddy, when you the friend. When you ever see those,
no, that's not true. No,
it is
true. You know what? It's just the terminology, like, because they see someone's handsome, and I guess it depends on their personality and their mannerisms and their age, and so you don't want to insult them like if they're handsome, like, oh, what am I, old man? Or like cute, oh, what am I, little boy? It's just a compliment's a compliment to me. I don't know.
Cute for a woman is a compliment, but it's not the same as if someone's saying that you're gorgeous, right? If someone's saying, "Oh, she's cute," right? If all right, I don't want to go into a whole diatribe about
that's after
dark. But if a man comes up to a woman and they say, and their friend asks him, "What do you think about this woman right here?" And that man says, "Oh, she's cute." He's saying that woman is a 6 or a 7. She's not average. She's right above average. She's cute. That's what cute is. Cute is a 6 or a 7. If someone says this chick is blamming, she's gorgeous, that's a 7 to a 9. All right. When you're out there, and this chick is off the chain, then you're saying that she's a 10. So when you hear cute, that's just 1 above average. That's what that means. So when they say Kenny's cute, they're saying he's not the average guy. He's got something cute about him, and then that's what it is. So not talking about the actor, we're talking about the character. and everything else. So that's what that means. And ain't no one's going fuck no cute dude unless like all right, Mika. What do you think about Jade? What do you think about Jade?
And cute.
All right, what do you think about Jade?
He's handsome.
Okay, see that? That's different than cute. When you say that's handsome, right? That's a different level. He's better looking than Kenny, right? He's handsome.
Jim's gorgeous.
Huh?
Jim is gorgeous.
Jim is gorgeous. You see, there's a difference there. So it goes up the level and stuff like that. But I'm not going to keep you. We can have a whole from Who's the Hottest show another day this week. But what is your question, my lady?
Oh, you're okay. You guys were asking what would break Christy.
Yes.
Okay. I think what would break Christy is if she cannot help somebody that's injured and she can't figure out what to do with them. I think that would break her.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. I think that could be a reason why she would break that. She's trying to help someone, she can't figure it out.
And she's
not
mainly
able.
been successful so far. Like when she tries something, it actually usually works out.
Everything's worked for her. So far, we haven't seen her fail yet.
Not big time.
Like,
no.
we haven't seen her do the ER, time of death, 605. Like she's never been to there. She's never been there. Yeah.
She's
Remember
not.
when Marielle was at one point, Christy was like, I don't know what to do to help her. I don't know what to do, and she was freaking out. And Boyd had to be like, listen, this is not your girlfriend right now. This is your patient. And he had to talk her into it. She almost broke, but then Boyd snapped her back into reality. You know. Remember that part?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Interesting. Yeah, if I call a guy cute, he's husband material.
That's not true. That's not true. I mean, I can't tell. I mean, I for you, Carrie, I can't tell you that you're wrong because that's you. You know what I mean? But I'll address that. Mika, thank you for calling. If you call back, please, my lady. Anytime that you want.
Great to talk to Mika as always.
Yeah, I just don't see if he's cute, he's husband material. Maybe if for you, Carrie, I'm sure that there are people who feel that way. But I'm talking in the massives, and I know it's coming from a woman. I understand. In the massives, when someone gets called cute, and I could only go from a guy's perspective because that's what I am. If someone calls a girl cute, if someone says, "Yo, Phil, what do you think?" If I say, "Phil, what do you think about this girl?" and he goes, "Oh, she's cute," that's usually how it comes out, Phil, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think cute is just a different descriptor. It's like a different, it's if we get into this is a different topic altogether, but we get into the whole Marianne's cute, Ginger's hot. And some people have maybe go for one type. I refer to cute more as a certain type of, they're both sexy, they're both beautiful. It's cute is one type of hot, and sex and or exotic is another type of hot,
Yeah. I just think usually when you come out and you say, "Oh, Tony Teflon, what do you think about that chick?" and I'm like, "Yeah, she's cute." The fact that it's not like
the tone is different. See, it's all about the tone. The way you said that, I would think that. But if you said
she's not a 5,
but if I said, "Dude, this girl is cute," you'd be like, "Oh, okay." Like, so
but no one says that, Phil. No one says, you know that. I never heard say, "Hey, yo, son, that chick is cute as fuck, son."
I'd probably say hot.
No one says that. No one
probably say beautiful or hot.
That's not the word you use there. No one's like, "Hey, yo, that chick is cute."
I sold that from an acting standpoint, though, right?
Cute as hell. That chick is cute as hell. No one says that shit. Bottom line, no one says that. Cute is a 6-7. That you just right above, you above average, a little bit above average. That's what it is. I'm sorry, but I don't need to go over a tangent here, but that is the truth, in my opinion. So now it may mean something different for a woman. I can't speak for the woman's mind. Just saying
we need tangents. Tangents are fun.
All right, we'll go back to what we
Last
talked
week,
about.
last week it was or a couple weeks ago it was the candy tangent. This was a little different.
We're gonna keep going, but all right. So we're talking about people who would get burnt. Who are we up to now? We talked about you. That I mean, Tabitha. What would break Tabitha?
I mean, this season's definitely going to test her, being away from her family, and this whole situation's going to test her. What could that push her to a breaking point? I mean, anything happens to Ethan. As much as she likes Julie, I think anything happens to Ethan.
I think it's the kids. I don't think it's Jim. She's ready to leave him anyway.
No, Jim can die on one of his roller coasters, and she'd be all right. You know.
She'd be all right. It's the kids.
I mean, she does like long-haired hippie, dudes. I mean, I appreciate that.
No doubt about it.
Bye, Jim.
I just think that really would be Ethan. You're correct. The fact that she lost another boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the way she lost him, it just seems so weird.
There's
like it's so
hinky.
Yeah, like I've never heard of anyone losing a child that way. The phone rings and she turned around, he rolled off the table and died.
Did Cersei slip in the room and go, this is
how high was this fucking table?
Yeah.
Was this table fucking 20 feet tall? Was it as high as a basketball rim? Was it 10 feet? I mean, how does this child?
Was it one of those tables in the kitchens with the high chairs?
It was something, because I've seen kids fall off of fucking slides, big ass slides, and nothing happened to these motherfuckers. I mean, maybe I'm built different, but I know in my day when I was young, and I look at the contraptions my parents put in the playground and all these people made from my generation, I look back at that shit like these motherfuckers trying to kill us. They was trying to kill us. It was concrete.
The metal.
It was all metal.
All metal, like hard. Horrible.
I'm talking about these slides in the summer. If you didn't pour water on it, you would burn your ass off.
It was metal, or some of it was like wood that splintered you.
It splintered the fuck out of me. I had a slide called the tower slide, and this shit had 6 slides coming out of it, on which you had splinters up your ass and everywhere else every day, and you laughed about it. I don't understand it.
They'd have kids build their own slides. They'd have kids build their own slides. I didn't know what the F I was doing, dude.
We used to wrap the swing, flip over it, and come around. Swing so high that you went around the whole motherfucker and wrapped it, and we didn't die. Nope. Right? And I've seen people fall the fuck off. So how high was this fall for this damn baby?
I'm trying not to make an Eric Clapton reference right here, but yes, it's like it didn't fall out a window. Tears weren't coming from heaven. Yeah, you didn't call her name and it falls from heaven, you know?
I don't know how high this thing was. Listen, anything could happen. It could twist you, and happen to baby. But it was listen, I've been very, listen, if everyone has kids, you never know. You see the kid slip, the reaction time is
scary. Yeah, it scares you.
And usually you grab her, you got him, you know what I mean, and everything else. So
Drunk Bishop, since Tony started talking about this, I was thinking about Clapton's kid. I'm horrible. I was humming Tears from Heaven. When I dropped my kid out a window because I was high on drugs.
The slides were basically like slide down an air fryer. Should have fuck was.
Yeah.
Like you fuck yourself up on these slides back there, god damn it.
It really was like going down a damn air fryer.
It was hot as motherfucker. You burn your whole shit. We used to have to drip water down the whole shit and try to cool it off before it went down. We had merry-go-rounds. Like the boy in white was on the damn merry-go-round, and you seen him spinning around and it was waving and shit. There was no waving in the merry-go-round around my way. You held on for dear life.
Yeah, you're right.
These motherfuckers spun you to try to fling you the fuck off. Like that was their intention. I had a dude named Jeffrey Boyd. His name is Big Jeff from the Zulu Nation. Really big in hip hop. This motherfucker would run. His intention was to get us to fly the fuck off and he could laugh at it.
Tony, there was also that like tire swing that you'd sit on and people would like throw you around on that thing and they'd like spin you around and see how far they could put you.
Yeah, trying to kill you.
Yeah,
they're trying to kill you. They were trying to kill you. Our parents tried to kill us in our generation. I don't know about these kids now. You get all this bounce equipment and everything else and all that. Yeah, standing up on the swings, we did that shit too. And you have to, I used to stand up on the swing and then you pump, you go down and up.
Yep.
And then if you were good, you put your leg behind you and you like reach up with your knee, like, argh! You put your leg behind you, argh! You put your knee up, like, argh! That's when you knew when you was good, when you were really getting the height. And we used to have kids when we did that in between our legs. And we used to stand up and we have a kid in between our legs and we would take them up on this fucking swing straight up as high as we can.
And then you jump the hell off and just land on the dirt with the rocks.
And then we usually had a fence that was there blocking it off, and the thing would be to go as high as you can, jump off, and jump over.
Try to jump over, that shit.
Jump over the fence. That's the way it was when I was growing up, right? Regina Great, no, he said facts. I'm telling you, hey, this is what it was. That's the way it was, man. That's my generation.
Oh,
totally. All right, we're gonna keep going on the front. I'm sorry we go for some of these 10. We got a new member in the building right now.
We must have been doing something right. We got a new member from that.
Thank God. I am on a boat. That's on a boat, right?
Yeah, I'm on a boat, Fernandez.
All right, on a boat, Fernandez. Thank you for becoming a member. We truly appreciate. Welcome to the family.
Tony, I had a brain fart for a second. I'm like, what? You're on a boat? What's going on?
I'm thinking about Boyd and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
Boyd's going on the boat. Walt again? What?
And everything else. I know people. Was with Veronica real quick. I grew up on when you rode the back of the station wagon and laid down out of the back window.
Oh, yeah, the whole back, and they did put like 12 kids. They're all in the back, and you're driving to like Chunky Cheese or something, and
just all on the back in a station wagon, and everyone just laid back there, and it was a great time. You know what I mean? I remember like,
or the back of a pickup truck or something.
I remember I was small, like, so the gap in between the front seat and the back seat, that little ditch area, I used to sit in there. I wouldn't sit on the seat. I was sitting there, like behind my father, and just drive around in that right there. There was no seatbelt law. There was no DWI law. There was none of that stuff. So you can just go buck wild back there. I've seen people back in days with pickup trucks sitting in the back. You bring 5-6 people in the back.
Yeah, dude, they'd all be like standing up in the back and fucking hanging out.
Just drive around your kids in the back. Your kids will get in the back of the pickup. They throw their kids back there, and that would just be it. And that's the way.
Doing the Teen Wolf thing with someone standing up and shit. There's crazy shit going on.
Miga Lee, thank you for the super sticker, 99-cent super sticker. We truly appreciate that. Can't see it, but I appreciate that and everything. Carrie, it says, I was in the back of the pickup truck one time coming from the pool and started hailing. Yep. Good times, baby. Good times. Good times. Good times. That's the way it was in there and everything. All right, so I'm going to get a drink, and we'll continue until the drink is done, and I'll hold it down for my brother.
I will take some chats right now. I'm still amazed I survived my childhood. Me as well. I did some crazy stuff. I was all over the place. I was wacky. And Mika, you gave a super chat. I need to spin the wheel for you is what I need to do. And let me do this stuff. Let me get over to our sound effect. There we go. Let's spin the wheel for Mika on that super chat. Oh, there we go. Spinning that damn wheel. I still occasionally ride a truck. I mean, that's one of those things that we got. I don't think I can do that right now, but that landed on a drum fund. Mika, I owe you one drum solo. But that's another thing. Like getting to shows, everyone would just pile into the back of a pickup truck with equipment, or in the back of a van, and you're in the middle of it all, and everything's just piling all around. But yeah, I'm amazed I survived my childhood, especially jumping off things into water. That used to be a big thing that I would do, find the highest possible situation to jump off into a big body of water. That was huge for me at the time. And we do it over and over again. And then one time we did it, and we were with this girl, Michelle, and she jumped and she started coughing up blood like she's in the middle of From Town or something like that. And we stopped jumping off things at that point. It was bad. So, but yeah, jumping off roofs. I used to just jump off things and land and like just crash. That was very fun. Rope swings, those kind of things too as well. Our parents packed cigarettes in the car. And it makes you think that growing up, if we have people that actually grow up in Frumland, how crazy they would be. You know, you got the nightmare creatures coming out at night. You know, jumping off a swing set isn't anything crazy. You know, you probably go pretty dark in that situation. Carrie, I love my daddy, and people get offended. No, call me cute anytime. You know, if you agree with such things, I take it as a compliment. 8-year-old in car seat. I couldn't believe when I found out 8-year-olds have to sit in car seats now. If you could, there were 8-year-olds have to sit in car seats. They can't sit with a seatbelt. They need a car seat. Huh. If you could jump off a house roof, don't break a bone. It was status in the neighborhood. I remember I had one of those like really horrible above ground pools, you know, the ones that if you just go down the ladder, the whole thing shakes. And we like built this really rickety porch that, you know, but my mother didn't want to pay for anybody, so I could build the porch. So we built the porch. It's like a rickety porch, and like everyone went away. I got drunk for the first time, and I'm like, I'm jumping off the porch into the above ground pool. It didn't go good. It wasn't a good situation. Scars to prove it. It was amazing times.
I would say the worst thing that ever happened to me, trying to show off for a woman when I was a child.
I was also trying to show off for a woman.
There's a rock in front of my building in Leicester called the Big Rock. It's huge, probably I would say 6.5 to 7 feet tall, the rock. But we used to sit on top of it, climb up it, and sit on top of it and everything else. So for whatever reason, I don't understand. There was a girl named Audrey Malverdi, redheaded chick who was older than me and stuff. She was there. And for whatever reason, I felt like I had to show off on her. I was a child at this time. So in my bright idea, there was a bush was right next to the rock. So I decided, I said, I'm going to jump in this bush from the top of the rock.
I look awesome.
Like I was like, oh, I really look so great. I'm going to jump in this bush.
Dude, I'll get
and that's it. I don't know what I was thinking. I jumped in this bush, wound up a stick, stabbed me. I would probably say a half an inch from the side above my dick, like right, like you know, when your waist meets.
Oh, were there those prickers things too, like the things that stick you?
No, it was a real, like a full-fledged stick.
Oh my fucking!
Like
God.
Stabbed right into me, like plunged, like stabbed me right there. Like I'm talking about an inch from my whole area, that area, right there. Stabbed me right up in there. Like I had
special forest. Oh my God.
I had to pull myself up from the stick. Like it was in like I was in there. Like and I remember I ran home crying so hard, and my mother was mad at me because I remember saying, "It almost got you in your dick and your balls. What are you doing?" I was crying. Ah! It hurt so fucking.
Oh my God, dude.
And I don't know why I thought I could do it or anything like that. I don't know anything, but that's probably the dumbest thing I've done to impress a woman.
We would have to do a whole show for me to get into all the dumb things I've done in my life, not even just to impress women, just stupid shit that I did when I was younger, because I had this like, I'm going to be a stunt man. And like, so I would like try to, and I was a spaz around other kids and I couldn't really talk to anybody. So I'd be like, you know what I'll do at the field trip? I'll be the guy that jumps off the big thing and goes, and jumps off.
And when I look back, I think I'm like, what the fuck how would she have been impressed by that? What did I think I was doing? Like I jumped into the bush, like it made no sense, but I did it.
Maybe she thought you'd be brave. You know, you thought you'd look brave. You know,
I don't know what I was thinking, but I was a fool. And yeah, that was that.
We've all been fools, Tony.
I was terrible. That was terrible. That was the worst.
Oh, thank you, Drunk Bishop. I would love that, Drunk Bishop. Let's travel back in time. Let's see if I can still see myself through the cup. Yep, I can.
Yeah, you can. All right, we'll continue with the fun talk because I know that's what y'all hear about. Again, call in if you want to speak to us. we've been drinking, so you might.
Yeah, but we haven't lost too many people here talking about this. So thank you everyone for sticking with us through this digression. I mean, we're in the off season here, as much as we can, and we want to keep, and we're bringing this back to From. It's we need this to be sane to get to season 3 because we need more right now. We need some I want some images. I want that trailer to come out. But the summer's gonna fly by, and then Tony and I are both going to be talking about another show during that stretch. We'll still try to fit in some From streams, but both of us will be covering House of the Dragon, I believe.
Yeah, we're doing House of the Dragon. Will be up soon, a little bit, 2 weeks away. Gray actually just hit me up today.
There's only like 8. Is there like 6 episodes or something? Or anyways, we got a call.
Yep, 8 episodes.
Area code 252. What's going on?
Hey, this is Carrie calling.
Welcome, Carrie.
Hey, y'all. I wanted to start by answering the first 2 questions that y'all asked.
Go right ahead.
It was like, who is the mole and who do I think will die?
Okay.
So I want to tell you with the mole, I think it's multiple people. I think they probably got one in the colony house and one in town. If it's a main character, I'm leaning more towards Sarah being the mole. And it's not because she's willingly being the mole. I think she's just being controlled. Because, with my ending theory, it's like a shapeshifter kind of thing going on.
Wait, you gotta explain that to me right here, the shapeshifter stuff. What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, my ending theory was like based on Native American stories.
All right, so you're doing the real Enigma and theories stuff, right? That's what he talks about.
But I was more like I had like a specific person that I was thinking, character that I was thinking, which is Iktomi, which is like a spider-like trickster that's in their folklore.
Okay.
So with that being said that he can shapeshift into anything, and most of the time if he shapeshift, he shows up in, like I said last time, like red. I think it's red, black, yellow, and white. What's the color? So I'm thinking it might be multiple people, but it's like at different times. And I'm thinking it's more of people that's like in the background. I know y'all don't want it to be there, but I am thinking it's more the people that we probably like see that just looking in on the main character that's talking. Like the previous caller said, Clara. Mm-hmm. That was one of my first guesses. But I'm thinking it's just like random people who was always being close to the conversation. But like Clara, since she stood out like more and more scenes and stuff, I would think like she was one. I even think like even in the past, I think Christopher might have been one too.
All right,
so really Christopher.
Let's break this down real quick, right? Real quick. Let's just unpack that a little bit. If it was one of these background people, if someone was writing a show, a television show, and they wrote the show, and in the end, one of these reveals is a character that maybe people in the show never picked up on because they're background characters, would that make sense for them to put that in there for the show purposes?
I think it would be if the main entity is a shapeshifter, it's like it would be like even if it was background characters, it would still be like important because it's still really just one entity, even though they seem like different people.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying when you write something, in the show, and the mole would be a big reveal. It's not going to be like this person's the mole. Let's keep it moving. It's going to be this person's the mole. It's going to be a big reveal. So you think that if they did that big reveal and it was, say, the girl who rode the bike, or so the person you're saying in the background, that would make people say, oh my God, I can't believe this person's the mole, or they would just say, oh, I don't care?
Well, I think that they would have a main character as a mole too, like how I said Sarah. So I think it would be like background ones that we probably really wouldn't care about, but I do think one main character is a one as well.
Okay.
So I would just vote for Sarah on that, just because I feel like she been broke since before she even came. Everything she just easily manipulated.
Yeah.
So even if they not shape shifting into her, they still using her body like they are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So when they shape shift to these people, are you saying that the actual person is dead and then they took over that form of that person?
Well, with Sarah, I'm thinking it might can be a situation. You know how like Julie and the 3 people was locked up in a cave. I'm thinking maybe they can have them like mentally locked up, which is like reading too far into it. But I'm thinking they can have them mentally locked up while they using their bodies.
All right.
And they just don't remember.
Okay. All right. I can dig that.
The other one is like, who do I think would die? I think I do think Kenny mom is a good one, because I feel like that would be like the ultimate break for Kenny. And I know a lot of people were saying something about a lonely dragon. So like if it is one, they might be trying to turn Kenny into a lonely dragon. And being that after his father died, or after he realized Boyd didn't tell him what happened, like his whole personality changed. So he might end up becoming like somebody that we got to look out for, not in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. I was also thinking Tilly, Ellis, the bus driver, what was her name? Bacta?
Yeah, Bacta.
And another one that might be surprising to y'all, I was thinking might die, is Donna. I think Donna keep too much peace in the town. And I think right now in this stage, the main entity or whoever is in control don't want peace. So I think she might be a good person to go. And Tilly, because Tilly she coming with the prayer group, she coming dancing. Next thing you know, she's gonna be singing, which I think dancing and singing and drums, like music, is like a weakness to the main entity. So that's what I like that.
All right, so I think that Tilly, I wouldn't pick her there. Donna, again, when I look at it, we have to look at what we've seen. We've seen Boyd pull that cart many a time, so it's nothing new to Boyd. But the fact that Jade's pulling the cart, it has to mean something to Jade who this person is. Now, if it's Donna, I could see Jade. He wasn't exactly close to Donna, but he did respect her. So maybe that would make Jade, but it just Jade seems too somber to me in that scene for it to be anyone other than he truly cares about. And that breaks it down to Kenny's mother when it's all said and done.
I can see where you're going with that. And then another look on it is like, what if Jay just happened to be there when that person died? Or what if Boyd just came into town and Jay was the first person he saw? He might be like, I need help with this. So it might not be as deep as to why Jade is there. It could be, though.
I think it has to be. I just don't think, because no one else is running up the Boyd trying to drag that cart. Right? We see people in their house watching him pull it. So it ain't the weight on the cart that he can't pull. So it seems that Jade's doing it because it's personal to Jade. Tabitha does fit the bill also too, without a doubt. So, but it seems like it's more personal. That's why Jade's doing it. Not that it's heavy and Boyd can't handle it, because they both got it with one hand. It doesn't seem like they're struggling when they're pulling it.
Well, since you want to go that route, and I think that the bus driver is going to die. You know, Jay had that like conversation with her in the bar about how, he didn't want her to feel sad and it wasn't her fault. Maybe they have more conversation. Maybe it could be her. Maybe he grew closer to her.
That ain't no black woman's foot. I've seen black women's feet many a time, and that ain't no black woman's foot. I'm telling you, that ain't no black woman's foot. That ain't no black woman's foot. That ain't no black woman's foot. I can guarantee you that. There ain't no one who's black's foot.
Oh, Tony, stop your mess, Tony. Oh my God. All right, so look, another thing I want to bring up is like predictions. I do think we're gonna get some answers for season 3. I do think they're gonna be small answers, because I think if they answer the bigger questions, like how the monster was made, like I do think I got a theory on how the monster was made as well. But I don't think they're gonna answer that. I think they're gonna answer why Fatima believes that she can't get pregnant. So that's like a small thing that I think that they're gonna let us know about. What else? I think they're gonna let us know what Tabitha is, but I don't believe that she's in the real world. I think it's another little cycle. I think one of the first scenes is gonna be her hopping into that little blue car that everybody was trying to figure out what it was, and her pretty much driving around in a circle like how they did in Farmland. And they're gonna probably just let her go until she can't drive no more. She gonna be like, really? I'm showing back up in the same place. So I think that's probably gonna be like one of the first scenes with her that might let us know that she's not in the real world.
All right. I can feel you said you got a theory of where the monsters come from. Don't hold back. Let us know.
Well, basically, since I feel like the main entity is it told me, I think that the monsters are made by spider bites. I think they are spiders, like evolved. I think they probably was people that died in town, and the spiders probably fed on them, and then they evolved. That's probably why you only get them in that certain time era.
All right. So you're saying that Boyd's gonna be a monster then, because he was bit by the spiders.
Sorry, what was that?
You're saying the Boyd's gonna be a monster because he was bit by the spiders.
Yeah, I think if anybody turned into a monster, it will be Boyd. I don't think that those was worms inside him. I think they might have been like little spider eggs or like something under his skin. And have you noticed that every time it's like something communicating with him is like always on the arm. It's never anywhere else. It's just on the arm. I don't have anything to connect it to. I'm just wondering if you noticed.
Yeah, I would say that it's definitely worms, because when the show sent around like baskets or whatever boxes to fans about it, and one of the boxes was it came in the shape of Victor's lunch pail. In the lunch pail, they had gummy worms inside of the lunch pail that they sent to people. So the fact so the fact they sent the gummy worms, they're trying to say that those are worms under his arms.
Oh no, that could be something different, Tony.
I mean, that why would they send the gummy worms? I don't think they just the guy in particular.
The ballerina mouth, maybe the worms might be connected to the music box, which is not connected to the monsters. I think the music box is there to actually keep the main thing that's controlling the monsters like contained a little bit. So let me, since I brought that up, I want to bring up with the boy in white. So I do believe that he's not good like how you think. And one of my reasons why is that is because like how you said, he never sent people to like goodness. It's always like something on the other end of what he sent people to. And one of the main things to me was when he said into that tree and Sarah back into the basement. Like you said, Sarah wanted to be killed in town. Boyd went to Martin and got the worms or, whatever. And my thing is, I think the boy in white, Father Cartry, Abby, and Tom are all not good. Like, I think they all are sending people in the direction they want them to go on, and they following. Right now, I think everybody is on the course of what the entity want them to be on. So everything that we seeing now, they're not closer to getting to the end. I think they are doing exactly what the entity wants them to do so far.
Do you think that Abby is alive or dead?
Huh?
You think Abby is alive or she's dead?
No, I don't think that was Abby at all. I think Abby, Father Cartry, Tom are just illusions that it's like they are tricks. They are there to like direct people.
I'm just saying,
like the main entity.
I'm saying we've seen those three people die. Are they really dead or no?
I think they are really dead. Yeah.
Okay.
I think something is using their image to trick people that was, kind of cool with them or close with them.
Okay. All right. I can feel you on that. I can feel you on that. Well,
And
that's
then one other thing I want to say is about how I thought the people got into town. So since they was all traveling and they was all traveling on the coast, I'm thinking, and we saw different lighthouses in pictures. Like one was made of stone. They didn't really look like the lighthouse that we see. I was thinking maybe they got close to a lighthouse that might, how you say, might beam them into farmland or transported them there. But I also think they might be asleep as well. Like maybe they stopped on the side of the road, or not on the side of the road, or a camping ground or whatever when they was traveling just to get some rest. And I think they might have like stopped in an area where the lighthouse light might have been shining on them. Because I really think the lighthouse light give an illusion of something.
okay. So you're saying the people on the bus that Bata pulled over when she was sleeping and then woke up and found themselves in Frontville?
Oh no, I don't know. Elgin and Randall might have been Elgin, Randall, and yeah, they might have pulled over. You know how like sometimes I don't know, maybe they was having like a maintenance issue. They might have been sitting on the side of the road, people dozed off.
I'm just going by what you're saying. I'm dealing with the bus.
I think there's only 3 people.
I'm just dealing with the bus situation because it didn't seem like the bus. It seemed like everyone was awake. Only one we seen fall asleep was Elgin.
Yeah.
For a second, it seemed like everyone was awake. So I would have to push back on that a little bit. I don't think everyone. I think that.
But we never seen any of them fall asleep. I got a question for you though, Tony. How did Christy arrive?
Christy?
Was she on a train, car, bus?
I mean, we would have to assume that everyone that we've seen was on some type of vehicle, car.
Yeah, some sort of road trip of some kind.
It's all because every time when you look at the missing persons poster, it says they were traveling from this point to this point. They were all traveling. Nobody was in that house or sitting there. They were all on some type of trip.
But Christy was only going like 2
mushrooms
hours
again,
away.
Tony. Mushrooms.
I was trying. My memories keep telling me that she was on a bus for some reason, but I don't think she was. I can't remember, but I know she was only going like 2 hours away. But she still could have dozed off. And they, like I said, they all was on the coast. What do you think that might mean?
Were they all on the coast when they were going away?
Yes, they was all on the coast, or their destination was on the coast.
All right, let me look at the map again. I'll have to confirm that and everything else. I'll take your word for it at this particular time and stuff. I gotta take a look and see if anyone was coming from the middle of the country. I thought that Sarah was a middle of the country person, but I'll take a look at it.
So their destinations was on the coast. So
Right.
even if
All right,
they
destinations on the
maybe
coast.
they got close to their destination.
All right, I would definitely look into that 100%.
Okay. And with the children, I'm thinking that with the fella that I was telling you, I think the main entity is in multiple stories he have children. The children always look unkept and raggy. But
Yep.
like in multiple stories, he got different amount of kids. Some of them he got like 7, some of them he got 5, some of them he got like he always have a lot of children, and they always be unkept. So I don't know, maybe the children can fit into that little part with that.
All
But
right,
that's all I got to say because I know I've been talking all day.
No, great call. Great
call. Yeah, that's what you call in for, so that y'all you can get your points out there to a community that wants to hear your points.
Well, thank you. Thank y'all for y'all time, and I hope y'all have a good night. I'll drop down in the chat.
All right,
too.
thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you. That was a great call. Appreciate it. She made a lot of interesting points.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Appreciate the call and everything else.
Tony, how is Tyron re-putting like these the gummy worm emojis? I didn't know there was gummy worm emojis.
Are they done? I can't see, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's like gummy worm emojis in the chat. And I'm like, that looks delicious. Oh my goodness.
Definitely was worms in there. They wouldn't put that in the promotional thing. I mean, they could have put a Snickers bar in there, but they didn't, right? They put gum worms in there.
Yeah, worm, yellow rim. Yeah, this gummy worm fucking shit going on.
And everything else. And Mika, you gotta watch yourself before you have to own up to what you say. Yeah, watch this out. All right.
Didn't your guy give us a super chat earlier? So, sorry.
Wait, in fact, listen, Phil, you've been hovering around the bongos for a long time. We need a little bongo. I need more bongo. Like
I know,
cowbell.
we need some bongo in my
I need
life.
some bongo. I need some bongo. You got to
Let
get over there.
me see if I can do it. It's late, but I might be able to figure something out. Give me a second.
All right, we're gonna have to get some bongo. You're showing the bongos. You're touching them. You know, you feel like you want a bongo. We need a little bongo. Everybody put bongo in the chat for Phil to get on the bongo. And we need you on the camera when you. Everyone throw a bongo in there. In the chat, Phil to get on the bongos. There it is. There, everyone's putting it in there. Let's go with the bongo.
It's gonna be loud enough.
Here we go.
Can you hear that?
Yep, yes, sir. Perfect. Thanks. Amazing, sir. Amazing.
I don't know if that was too loud or not loud enough.
No, it was great. It was great. We need bongos on our life, baby.
Okay. Mika earned that with the wheel spin, so she needed that.
And that is what it is and everything else. Phil is very, very, very talented. Everyone's like, put the Phil emoji in the chat for Phil the Issues Guy on the bongos. So throw it up if you're a member. Put the Phil. She says, can I come and dance? You can. It all depends.
Of course.
If you can make it clap.
if you could, I would absolutely love to have you dance.
100%. All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up. I'll come back maybe tomorrow, the day after. We'll come right back, and we'll keep it going because we didn't touch on all the theories that we wanted to talk to. We got into a couple of tangents and stuff like that. But it's almost 3 hours here. It's over 11 o'clock at night. I gotta get up, so I got things I have to do in the morning. So I can't stay out here and everything else. I wish I really could.
And if not, that will be on Wednesday.
Yeah, if not, we'll definitely be on Wednesday, but we'll try to come back.
And I'm going to have Tony on my channel coming up, and we're going to do a candy tier list.
All right.
We're going to put it in the essay. We're going to get a bunch of candies. You guys can nominate them too. So make sure you're subscribed to Phil the Issues Guy. We're going to Tony and I sometime this week, maybe this weekend, maybe Friday or Saturday or something like that.
If you're not subscribed to Phil the Issues Guy, what's going on? Y'all know the channel. Subscribe to Phil the Issues Guy channel. Come on, that's not fair. Make sure be sure to be that to me it's like it's a given, like you already done it. If you haven't,
next time we do one of these, I'm gonna simulcast so we can just get everyone back and forth and stuff like that. I almost did it tonight, but we'll simulcast at some point in time.
And during the whole season we'll be simulcasting the whole time and everything else and all that good stuff. So we'll be simulcasting the whole season. And we'll come back tomorrow. If not, definitely Wednesday and stuff. We'll get into more theories. We didn't really get to a lot of them. We got into them much. We had the challenge, the Tara Matharu challenge, and the Don. It's on. We're going to see who's right on that and everything else. Julia Barbara said, I'm sub to you, Phil. Would love more content from you, Phil.
Thank you. I've been going through a busy stretch, but I'll be, especially with House of the Dragon starting, I'll be doing a lot more coming up soon.
And now the House of the Dragon will be back. That means Bridge 4 will be back in the building. Usual Suspects podcast will be back. We'll be doing a lot, breaking down each episode and everything. I also have a video for House of the Dragon. I got a bunch of videos that I'm going to do. So we'll be definitely doing that. Never neglect from, I promise you that.
Definitely.
That's our bread and butter. We'll always keep coming back with all that good shit and everything else and all that stuff. And you know what I'm saying?
And I'll be trying to do some from stuff, some shorter videos and pre-recorded stuff for this coming season. Do my review.
I have so much to do, but I'm just waiting for the season to start. Like I don't want to put it out now.
Absolutely.
Like I have so much stuff to put out there, 15-minute videos, but I just don't want to put it out because I'm figuring I can get more views during the season. But I'll break down and drop one for you. Again, the book will be out. We got the book working. Shirts will be this week guaranteed. Hopefully, I'm going to guarantee it, but the shirts should be coming out. The From shirts will be rocking one. Phil will be rocking one. I'll be rocking one. I'll tell you exactly where to go to buy it and stuff. The shirts, just waiting for them to come in. They should have been in, but for whatever reason, they got delayed in Atlanta. He's looking into it, but I can't see it lasting more than Wednesday.
Tony, someone in the live chat said Weird Al's brother's got some rhythm. Pay close attention to the picture.
Yeah.
That's myself and Weird Al.
And that's the real, no Photoshop.
Yeah, no Photoshop. That's really Weird Al and I. We were trying to contemplate if he was really my dad. You know, I'm not sure who my dad is. He said he got busy in the 70s a lot, so it could possibly be. We weren't. He wasn't ready to do the DNA test, but we did have a deep conversation about that. So you're on to something, Tony V.
Thank you so much. Julie says, love these streams, Tony. Please come back soon. We don't mind talking theories, even if it's still Footgate over and over. Are we keep talking about Footgate over and over? We will not. Next one, we will not talk about Footgate. All right, we won't do that anytime. We'll talk about something else and all that good stuff. I promise you, we'll go into more deeper theories and everything else. We'll definitely get that going. All right, as always, if you like this video, please thumbs up and spread this across the realm, and of course, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy. Carla Way, take us away.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera.